In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Hello and welcome to A Show Called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
You know, up until the moment you walked in the door tonight,
I know what you're going to say.
Wasn't
already.
100% certain you were actually coming, and I was quite happy about that.
Oh, well,
Yeah, what?
that was good audio, wasn't it?
Say that again.
I said I was coming.
Did he?
I honestly didn't see
I put
your
a thumbs
message.
up on the group.
Oh, I thought he put a thumbs up.
I put a thumbs up on
We
the group.
both put a thumbs up.
Oh,
Yeah,
his
yeah.
thumbs up was
I did a
clean.
thumbs up this
Mine
morning.
was bigger.
Oh, this morning?
Probably. This morning.
Oh, I didn't see it this morning.
Well, you've had 12 hours.
Well, yeah, we've had a week, 2 weeks, arguably. So.
You only messaged yesterday.
Well, it's always the same, isn't it? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you know when these moments are.
It's been the same, I think, for 5 or 6 years.
I mean, it's, you know, one day.
I'm here.
Yeah, and how?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gracing us with your
You
presence.
said your back started hurting when I arrived.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite rude.
Sort of walked out to answer the door like a hunchback.
Mm.
Sort of like, send up more kites, Igor sort of character.
Yeah, it's kind of like Munchausen's syndrome.
Yeah.
So you keep giving me poisoned oatmeal and I keep eating it just for the attention.
Yes, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah. That sounds right.
We just had quite a stimulating football conversation off air.
Another one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're not going to bore the listener with it. but-
I think we'd be here a while, and I'd just be repeating myself.
Yeah. It's because we know so little, you and I, John, that we ask Chris a lot of very clever and enlightening questions.
Yeah. I call them basic questions, but
Yes.
sure.
But
Yes.
you're wrong about that. That's fine, though.
I call it basic questions asked by stupid men.
Yeah.
No, but please,
We
go,
define
please.
them differently, but
Keep
that's
asking.
fine.
Yeah. But no, it's kind of interesting.
Kind of, in a way.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that on air, I assume, in a few weeks. Because
When you
obviously
update
we have
us.
our bet that we discussed on the last podcast.
Which
Yeah.
we're going to have to make happen.
Yeah.
Is this
some
the first
capacity.
time we've created connective tissue between two episodes?
Probably.
Oh, the
We've just called
continuity.
back.
Yeah, the rich.
Yeah.
Rich
Yeah.
law that we weave here at Show Called Hate.
Yeah. So now you have to listen to back. Don't say what it was.
No.
Sure.
And then they'll have to listen back to the
Yeah,
other one.
because I've already forgotten.
Yeah. No, I remember.
No, I think I remember. as well, yeah,
I
we'll
forgot.
work
Don't
that
say
out,
it.
yeah.
We won't
Yeah.
So
say
saying it, though.
Speaking of rich
Oh.
and wanting to run your hands through it,
Oh.
you're so hairy. You have like such
well,
coverage on your head.
My hair grows very quickly.
It does.
Which is
It's
weird.
astounding.
Which
Yeah.
is actually quite weird.
Yeah.
But- so I'm going to have a haircut tomorrow.
Okay, under control.
But yeah, I only saw you last weekend.
I know. That's why I'm talking
That's why you're
about
commenting
It's
on it.
striking.
I
yeah.
actually haven't
Yeah.
noticed at all.
Yeah.
No, well,
And I
I'm
still
go-
can't
yeah.
really see much of a
Well,
difference.
you know how he normally
Is it
has...
because you're wearing a bandana and you want me to say something?
No. No. I mean, like, you've got not quite a mohawk, but you've got your central bit.
Essential
you
My
know,
central
reservation.
bit. Yeah, like the
central reservation.
You know, and that's kind of like, coiffure.
Yeah, and then I've got the tarmac either side. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then you keep your sides very short.
I do.
you know.
Yes,
Naught.
actually, the sides are quite
Yeah.
substantial.
I ask for a naught at the hairdresser now. The
a
barber.
naught. But surely that's just skin.
That's just
Yeah,
naked.
pretty much.
Oh, so that is what you want? You
Yeah,
want just
kind of.
bare skin
Well, I
on your
want it
sides.
because my hair grows so fast.
It's the only way to survive.
I say, because I don't want to spend 20 quid every couple of weeks.
No.
So I spend 20 quid every 3 weeks.
So what's much better?
Wait, so in 3 weeks it goes from naught to this. Whatever that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
probably like a 4.
Nah,
More than that, probably.
12. I reckon.
It's like actual hair. It's not. It doesn't even look
It's
particularly
astonishing.
shaved,
Yeah,
is it?
I'm
So-
commenting
Yeah.
on it because I'm actually quite.
Yeah.
So
So,
yeah,
yeah.
to see you with that
I
much hair.
just got it cut.
Yeah.
23rd. Yeah, must have been the 23rd of December,
Okay.
and it's the 11th today.
12.
Wow.
What is it today?
12?
Why
12
not?
today.
It's January anyway.
Yeah.
Middle of January.
Wow.
So there you
My
go.
world. It looks like a teddy bear's leg.
Thank
up
you.
there. Like it's just velvety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the first time anyone said that.
Yeah, maybe the last.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm just it's striking.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Powerful.
They're going grey as well, but we won't talk about that.
I want to go grey. You see, and I say this, and people go, "Oh, don't wish your youth away." It's like, no, I'm not wishing my
It's
youth
not
away.
about
I'm
that,
wishing my
yeah.
hair color away. That's all
Yeah.
I'm wishing away.
Yeah.
I'd love a bit of grey. I think would make me look distinct.
Well, at
and-
work, I refer to myself as old but immature. Like, so
Yes.
I look old, but I act immaturely. So
Oh, sure,
it
yeah.
balances out.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah.
Because when you said old but immature, I really had no idea what you meant. But when you repeated it in a slightly different way,
Yeah,
that
it really,
few words
really
in.
shed a light on that,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Well, I don't look young.
No.
I feel like
I don't act mature. So
I feel like I don't look how old I am. I think I surprise people when I tell people how old I am.
in what respect?
That people think I'm younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know how that was going to
It's a
play out.
certain joie de vie, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Certain French words.
Well, I've said this before, but I look younger now than I did when I was 16.
I don't think you look. Actually, I don't know how old you are, to be honest.
I'm
So-
nearly 37.
Gosh, I am 37.
Yeah, what's that all about?
I'm
Also nearly 37.
You're
but I'm that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
So we're all
Yeah.
basically the same age.
More or less.
That's a relief.
That's why we get on so well.
Probably it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I was a month or so ago when I was getting the train back from Manchester
Oh.
after a speaking engagement, which is such a great way of putting it. I ended up sitting next to, I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast, but sitting next to a drunk lawyer
Oh, I don't think you did mention it.
How'd you know he was
No.
drunk and a lawyer?
because he was drunk and I spoke to him.
Oh.
All
He
right.
was like, hey,
yeah.
I'm drunk and I'm a lawyer.
Oh, and I'm a lawyer.
And
Yeah.
then he drank a beer.
Oh, fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit of
Throw
a
up all
giveaway,
over your
really,
lap.
isn't it?
But he was talking about how he's just landing this job at this this law practice
Sure.
and how
Parkinson and Chunk.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised which one is Chunk.
Yeah. And he's a very slight guy.
Yeah.
But he was saying they were actively encouraged to drink on the job.
Yeah.
Like he said,
What, while they're in like the office or whatever?
yeah, and like the moment like 5 p.m. would hit, and like they give them the company credit card, and they
Get
like
crunk.
and they say like go
Clunking wild.
network.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, "What do you mean by
Yeah.
networking?" He's like, "Go to a bar and a club, and just drink."
So is the idea that
I don't know exactly.
yeah,
no.
because is it network in inverted commas, and really it's just like have fun because it's a tough day. at
Maybe
your
they
office.
call it networking because then they can put it on company expenses.
Yeah, or is it that he actually does end up networking because he gets a bit drunk? He sits
Yeah.
down with like you on the train and tells you all about the fact that he's a lawyer.
Did he give you a-
probably gave you his company,
I was
maybe
gonna
his business
Did you
card,
give you his business card?
Well, no, the really weird thing was that he gave me the name of the company.
Start giving you legal advice.
which you've forgotten.
No, I've forgotten now.
Oh right, yeah.
But I went and Googled it.
Oh, yeah.
I knew the city it was in and the name of the company.
Should be all you need.
Couldn't find it. Like I tried every possible
Oh.
combination of spelling. I can't
That's worrying.
Find it.
Well.
Yeah, but maybe are they the kind of lawyers where like
Are they ghost lawyers?
you don't find
They
they
find
They're,
you.
they're
find
literal
you.
ghost lawyers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're both ghost lawyers,
Like Randall and Hopkirk.
and lawyers for ghosts.
Brackets deceased.
Deceased, yeah.
Brackets deceased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy on the train dead for 10 years.
Yeah.
Now was
There
he,
was no train.
was he parking single or
He was drunk.
He was drunk.
Yeah.
No, but the reason I bring it up though is that he was talking about, and he was quite drunk,
Sure.
and he was talking about like
Maybe he thought he was a lawyer.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Maybe that's
when
how
he's
drunk,
drunk,
he
he
was.
thinks
yeah.
he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He starts giving out legal advice.
It's actually surprisingly good. That's
Yeah.
the amazing thing.
Really
yeah.
good legal advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I managed to stave off that lawsuit.
But he was basically saying that like we party late and then we're back in the office. Sometimes I sleep under my desk and then
Sounds
we're doing
miserable.
it again.
What a life.
Sounds fucking shit.
But my point is, he said he was saying something like he said, hit the clubs, and I was like, I can't do that. I'm not as young as I used to be. And he says, you look pretty young. How old are you? And he's like, I'm 36, I think. He's like, oh bloody hell,
Yeah,
You
see?
know.
We don't
How
look
old
our
was
age.
he?
27 or something
I
like
was
that. But
already
he,
in that.
I,
That's 10 years
he
older than
looked kind of my age, basically.
Yeah. Well, that's what the
Yeah.
booze will do to you.
Yeah. Cheers, by the way.
Yeah, cheers all the best.
Cheers, all around, yeah.
When I have stayed over in London, as I have done on numerous occasions.
Oh, jet setter.
I know. Well,
Jet
kinda.
setter inland.
I mean, I slept in the shittest rooms, but still. And you go out, like I would be on a course, let's say, or whatever. This actually happened. In my previous job, I was on like a 2-day course,
I see.
and you go out to like get dinner or whatever. And
Yeah, yeah.
everyone who's been working in the city is in the bar. Doesn't matter what day it is. Everyone's out on the mega lash.
It's my
How do people do it?
I don't.
know.
I honestly no idea. Like, I can't think of anything worse than spending a whole day in an office with a load of financial chunguses,
Yeah.
and then them going, "Hey, let's go down to the bar," and I
Yeah.
have to spend more time
Yeah.
with them, drinking with them until the small hours.
just
Yeah.
weeping into a martini.
Yeah, they either have to be my best friends and like the coolest people ever, which they're not going to be, are they?
No.
Because they all work for like Parkinson and Junk. Like,
Yeah. The worst of the law firms.
indeed, yeah.
Well, and,
One
and
out of
also
5
then
stars.
you're going to have hangover the day after and spend more time with them with a hangover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've got to show up at the office 9 o'clock. hanging out of your ass, but sharp suit up to the wazoo, buttoned up collar, lovely tie, silk tie, 300 quid shirt, coiffured hair. You'd be all right with that. But that shit, and you got to be just ready to law. You got to do some law then.
Yeah.
Is the idea that like it's such an unrelenting, godless nightmare that you have to drink?
Oh, I'd
Like,
imagine
it's
that's
the only way.
Probably the only way you can
That's
get through
part
it.
of it. I would
Yeah.
think.
Actually, that's probably a good point. Yeah.
And London. As
You'll
well.
welcome the booze.
I just can't imagine like. Because I'm a simple country boy,
You
of
are.
simple tastes.
With your tractor and your
and the corncob pipe. I'm
Yes.
currently
your
kind of,
dungarees.
Yeah.
twang.
Yeehaw. Is that what father said?
Sure.
Why not? Yeah. Yeehaw! Get on my tractor.
Get up a John Deere.
But it's like the times I've been to like really like the centre of London. 'Cause you're like, oh, country boy in the city, you're gonna have a day out.
I hate London.
Yeah, and then it's like the times where you're like, let's get a drink, and everything's so claustrophobic.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine going from like some skyscraper, and then just going, let's get a drink, and then it's like step out the door, turn right, turn left, turn right, and then there's like a pub which is
Crammed
been there
between
for
two skyscrapers.
500 years, but
Yeah.
crammed into a nook.
Yeah. And the floor's on a 45-degree angle.
under all the air conditioning units.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what's this place called? It's called the Black Squidge, and it's been here.
It's been here since 1642.
Yeah, and it's rammed outside.
Yes.
Like the
Yeah.
pub,
Yeah.
there's no space outside
No,
the pub.
yes, you're so right. Yeah.
That's because
There's
I see
there's
that all the time
there's
in
one,
London.
There's one row of patio.
Yeah.
And a rope.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you can't cross the rope because then technically you're in the street.
And it's like if you could fuse a load of people into a brick the size of a van.
Yeah.
Like just a flesh cube. That's what it is outside the pub.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't even get through the door. And if I went in, I know that the bar would
Bloody
be so rammed I
awful.
wouldn't be able to order
Yeah.
a drink. And then I wouldn't be able to be in the pub because that's why everyone's outside the
Yeah.
pub.
Yeah.
It's horrifying.
And they're all muggy and horrible.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
muggy.
In London.
They are
They're
muggy.
very muggy.
Yeah,
All the
and they're
pubs.
all wearing lovely shirts, lovely ties. They've got the blazers over their shoulders.
Yeah.
Post office drinks.
Yeah.
Or like you do get in, and you think, oh, thank God, I'm
miracle.
inside. And then you're like, oh God, I want to get out.
Yeah,
because
straight away.
It's like they're not really buildings. It's like they're just kind of hewn out of a rock. Like it's like
It's a block of render.
every building's like a cave.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
I know one part of London quite well, and that's the only part of London I ever have felt comfortable in because
What's
I
that?
know it. Oh, it's just like a bit between Victoria bus station and where did we get off that time when we went to Bruges?
It was by a large
Can't even think of the name
poster
of
of
it.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. Oh, that helps.
Yeah,
That
it's
ties
by
it
a big
down.
Tesco. Earl's Court.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right, okay.
So I know that little
You
bit.
know
of
the big
London.
Tesco in
big
in-
There's
in
the big
Earl's
Tesco
Court.
in London.
So in London, Tesco's got. Has London got a Tesco?
No, probably not.
That's the only bit I kind of know, and I sort of know my way around. I'm like, okay, I can handle this.
Yeah.
But anywhere else, I'm just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
In London.
Do you get any of like the childish magic
No.
in London where you're just like,
I get
"Ooh."
no, I get a little bit.
Oh,
yeah, like sometimes when I go to London, because if you go to more of the like touristy places, less of the sort of officey financial
Yeah.
districty sort of places and stuff, the rammed horrible places, I can still get a bit of that. This is quite an amazing city kind of energy.
the big smoke.
Yeah, just a little man in a big city.
Yeah.
But a few months ago in your past life,
Yes.
you obviously spent a good while in London
Spent
doing like
ages
filming. Yeah.
doing a photo shoot. Yeah,
You
yeah.
hit every borough.
Every single borough.
That is
And that
mad.
was quite eye opening actually, because
Yeah.
I didn't realise you get a real sense if you have to drive through every borough and do a sort of circuit around London, you get a real sense of how big this place is, how
Yeah.
long everything takes, your distances. Because I'm not on the tube.
Yeah.
I'm literally driving from location to location in a van. I'm having to direct the guy driving. So it's like when you get on the tube, it's like teleporting. It's like you stand in
Yeah.
Yes.
step out, new place.
Yeah.
You know, that could have been anything could have happened then. You don't really get a sense of movement. But yeah, like seeing London geographically,
Yeah.
that was quite interesting.
I still don't get the geography of London.
No,
Like, at
I don't
all.
think I really do. I've got a
Like-
better sense of it now from
Yeah.
that, but I couldn't tell you really anything. I couldn't. If you said, "Hey, where's this landmark?" I'd be like, "London."
Yeah,
That's in London.
somewhere in
that is."
London.
Yeah, get on the tube, find it then.
Yeah.
Particularly because you do have the tube and everyone relies on the tube and it is
Yeah.
like teleporting. It kind of just creates this bizarre reality where I don't think London really exists in any physical sense.
No.
Like it's just a shared nightmare. We all.
I think because I drove between locations, I forced the simulation of London to temporarily fully exist,
Yeah.
and London didn't like that.
No.
London
it
spat me back
fought
out.
back.
Yeah, it really did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the biggest bus stop I've ever been to, London.
Yep.
I stopped there on the way through to Gillingham for football.
Oh, you support that team?
I support that team.
Yeah.
And that's it. Usually, that's my experience of London. I get
just
off the
passing
bus.
through. Yeah.
I get on the train and vice versa.
Yeah,
And
we
that's
tend to
it.
use it like get on a plane, get on a train,
Yeah.
or go to a show.
Last time we went, we did go to Leicester Square, and that was quite nice.
Leicester Square's nice.
Leicester Square's like the only landmark I know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That was all right because they had the Christmas market. We went to the Lego store.
Yeah.
That was all right.
there's
Yep,
still
yep,
a
yep.
big M&M's
Yeah, there is.
store.
Yes, we
Yeah.
went in.
Yeah.
That wasn't quite so good.
Yeah, because it's M&M's.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird.
I find it
Like,
weird that there'd be that amount of demand for M&Ms.
Yeah.
They've changed the lady M&Ms so they're less sexy now.
What do you mean?
They apparently used to be sexy and now they're less sexy.
What?
The conservative, hard right-wing politicians really blew up about this.
Yeah.
like because they've changed the visual design of the lady M&Ms, and they used to wear like knee-high boots and have like librarian glasses and stuff
Because as we know, that all the female M&Ms used to have like 2 additional M&Ms
on their front.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, exactly, with M's for nipples.
Oh no.
And they've done away with all of this, and they dress a little less provocatively.
Sure.
I guess you could say if you were sexually attracted to a chocolate
Yep.
button, which I don't want to speak for all of us around the table,
Yeah.
but I am not as much
Yeah.
maybe as some of these commentators
No,
are.
sure.
Well, I just
So-
won't nobody think of the horny
Of the chil-
boys
of the
in
children.
the M&M's graphic design team.
I do.
Because-
I know. I feel for them. I do.
Yeah.
I understand their plight.
What? So the main M&Ms are
red and
yellow.
And
Red's,
those are their
red's
names,
the
aren't
cool
they?
one. Yellow's the sort of goofy one.
sure. So what are the lady M&Ms?
I think they're
called?
brown and green.
Right.
And
Yeah.
there's also
Orange.
There's an orange one, but I've never seen the orange in the expanded M&M's universe. Like
I think orange is anxious. I think
Okay.
that's his
that's
thing.
the personality. Is
Yeah,
it?
they all have a personality, and I think one of the girls is like sexy,
Sure.
and one of the girls is bookish.
Right.
Yeah,
Because that's the
There's
two
no in
kinds of
between.
women.
There's no in between.
That's the only kinds of women there are.
because the green one's meant to be the real kind of pin-up of
Yes.
the M&M world.
And she was the one with the knee-high boots or
Yeah,
thigh-high boots.
she wore like white gloves and boots.
Yes, I think they all have gloves. Actually.
Do M&Ms have knees?
That's a great question.
That's a great
I
question.
think they got bendy legs.
Okay.
While we're on the matter, do you think they have souls?
They definitely have souls because I hear them scream when I eat them.
No. If I remember the Old Testament, I don't think any being that has knees can have a soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how it
that
works.
is in there
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty. It's
Yeah.
deep in the appendix somewhere.
Yeah. So yeah, I've never really got the appeal with M&Ms, and fuck me, is that shop expensive?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't got like I'll eat an M&M.
I'll eat an
you know,
M&M,
but I
yeah.
haven't really understood why that sweet brand gets a load of merchandise.
No, I don't know.
And like Milky Way Magic Stars,
Yeah.
for example, just to pick another one with a face,
Yeah.
doesn't.
I would rather see an anthropomorphic Skittle than
Yeah.
an anthropomorphic M&M. I think if I had to choose.
That's interesting.
Well, here's the thing: one hand, Smarties;
Yeah.
Yeah.
other hand, M&M.
Yeah.
Which do you pick?
I'm going to say right now, Smarties.
Yeah.
is
I'd
a
probably pick Smarties.
Far
Yeah.
superior.
Big
Biscuit,
tube
yeah.
of Smarties.
Yeah.
Biscuit.
And the massive tubes of Smarties you used to get for Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Those were terrific.
Do you see those anymore?
No,
No, that's probably like a legal thing. I
It's the
imagine
E numbers.
they
you could probably choke on that.
Well, I like.
I used to go like that.
Yeah, I used to tip Smarties into my mouth like a lid.
I know because they're too good.
Yeah, but then
They're
your mouth
too
would
good.
fill up like
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
and then you wouldn't be able to chew.
Not for your lungs.
Yeah, true.
That
That's why I have asthma.
That happened all the time.
Yeah, they'd
So
go down
now
your throat.
Now I assume that's part of the problem.
That's why you
Cough
sound
up
like
the
a
rainbow.
That's why you sound like a maraca when you go down the stairs, rattling away in there.
Shake it, shake it.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned Milky Way Magic Stars,
Yes.
and that's my activation phrase
Oh, is it?
because
That's good to know.
I don't think I've heard anyone refer to Milky Way Magic Stars in 20 years.
Are they still around?
Yeah, I had
They are still
one.
around.
Not one. I
Now.
had a pack of them the other day.
Right.
Now here we go.
Here we go.
Here's the thing
Okay.
with M&M Magic Stars.
Milky Way Magic
What-
Stars.
What did
Don't
I
confuse
say?
this.
M&M, sorry, Milky Way. They don't have any of the goo inside.
They don't have
They're
any
just
of the
chocolate.
nugget,
It's just
the nougat.
So they're not Milky Way, are they?
No.
They're just stars.
Well, who makes Milky Way? Mars, right?
Yes.
So it's literally just the Mars chocolate.
But is it
Yes.
the Mars chocolate?
Well, that's a great question.
How many versions? Or with Cadbury's, the chocolate is generally the same.
Yeah.
But like, is the chocolate in a Mars bar the same as the chocolate in a Milky Way
Or a Snickers.
or a Snickers?
I'm going to say that I thought it was.
You're not going to
Why
invent two types of chocolate, are you?
Is
That'd be
it
wild.
And I kind of know the answer to this, but I'll give you a counterpoint when you tell me what I think you're going to say.
Oh, I don't
Okay,
know.
well.
So I'm going to preempt what you're going to say. Why is it that Milky Way got to make the Magic Stars and not Mars?
Great question.
But I realised the Milky Way is the galaxy and there's stars in the galaxy.
Oh,
There's
sure.
stars around Mars. at the
Oh, you
same
mean the
time.
Well, there's
planet?
moons around Mars.
Whatever.
Oh, I see. you could have the Mars moons and the Milky Way magic stars.
There you go.
There you go. Mars moons.
We should do marketing for
Why-
Mars, shouldn't we?
But and the Mars moons could be really sexy, and we could get the sexy back.
yeah, sexy
Thigh-high
moons.
boots back into the moons.
Sexy moons.
Sexy moons.
It's Mars, sexy moons.
Mars, sexy
and
moons.
Milky Way magic stars.
Yeah,
Guys.
magic stars for kids, sexy moons for adults.
Yeah.
Okay, look, let's just workshop it because you're all you cowards. Moons,
Moons.
arse,
Arse, yes.
Arse.
gaping it.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Give me a little
Mars-
chocolate moon. Just
Mars
gape.
gapy moons.
Yeah, just give me a little chocolate moon, spreading them.
Spreading those- spreading those two
that's-
moony cheeks.
That's a sexy moon.
That's
what I'm saying.
It's probably the sexiest chocolate conceived of possible. Although I don't like the idea of eating.
Well, yeah, I don't
spread
like
anus.
the idea of eating a brown arse.
No, but you're not.
So are they little asses?
No, there's context. There's a little head peeking around, going.
Okay. Oh, that's
really sexy.
That's better.
That's better. Well, it's context. It's a face for context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it?
But
called-
why is it that Milky Way were allowed to have the monopoly on
Allowed.
that? Well, whatever.
On the stars.
After that court ruling.
without the nougat as
Oh,
part
I see
of
what
that.
you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Why
really
did they
interesting.
get the chocolate?
Because they're too
and the
small.
Mars?
I would argue. I can't back this up in court, but I would argue that there is a particular chocolate formula for Milky Way chocolate that
okay.
is subtly different to Mars, and I think they just took.
But is that more popular? That's the question, isn't it?
Well,
The thing is, with Milky Way, you don't really taste the chocolate. You basically taste the creamy interior.
and the Milky Way.
it's quite unpopular in the celebrations tin now. Milky
I like
Way.
the
it?
Milky
I
Way.
love Milky Way.
I love a
Where
Milky
would
Way.
you rank a Milky Way though? Would you rank it near the
Out
top?
of all the celebrations,
Sure.
you mean? Well, it's better than a picnic.
Yeah.
Oh, picnic.
But out of, say you had to rank it
like
within within the 9. Just
There's
give me,
9?
Just give me a number. Yeah.
I
whatever.
quite like a teaser.
I'd probably put it in the top 4.
Would you? That's
Yeah, I probably
interesting.
would.
Yeah,
I don't give a
I
shit
feel
about
like I
teaser.
feel like it's been less. It's become less popular.
I'd put it up there, but at the same time, like you know, you've got like the Twix, like the mini, super mini Twix.
Yeah, I don't really care for
I
that.
feel like a Twix is so ubiquitous that like I don't get excited. when
There's
I get,
nothing
like, a
exciting
tiny-
about a small Twix.
No.
It needs to be 2 little Twixes.
That.
Yes,
that
that
would
would
be
be good.
amazing.
That would be much better, wouldn't it?
Because here's a controversial opinion. I think a teaser
Yeah.
is superior to a Malteser.
They're bigger, aren't they?
Why?
Yeah, thicker chocolate.
Thicker chocolate.
Why
Yeah.
did they remove the malt?
Because I think it's meant to be a clever. It's like, oh, you know, a Malteser.
Yeah.
This,
This
is
is a
this is a teaser because it's a little
one
different
teases you.
to what you think you know.
Because it's a celebration.
But why then is every other one called the same as the main chocolate
Great
bar?
question.
Because I think they're just the same chocolate bar but smaller. But a teaser, I think, is actually reformulated.
They sort of changed because
Because
it's
it's got-
oval shaped
yeah,
as well.
it's
It's,
got
like an
thick-
egg.
it's
Why,
like a-
why
it's
don't they
oval,
bring
yeah.
out bags of those?
Did they bring out
I
bags?
don't know.
Well, because you have to get them from celebrations.
Because it'd be too popular, and then I think they'd have to quit chocolate because they
Diabetes.
They just
this
did
feels
it,
this
yeah.
feels like a very roundabout way of doing things.
I agree.
I remember when Milky Way stars, what they called
Magic Stars.
Magic Stars came out. My brother, who was a child at the time,
Oh yeah.
became
Most
Addicted.
of us.
slightly obsessed with them.
Did he?
Yeah,
Most of us were children at one point, weren't we?
Yeah, I've been a child.
I would say.
That's true. Yeah,
Were you a child?
I was young at heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you came out
That's
this
a lie.
size.
Sorry. Mother, I find this chocolate inferior. And
You like the Magic Stars.
yeah, and you could collect vouchers from the packs,
Right.
send them away for a, I don't say action figure, that's perhaps charitable, but a
Of a
plastic
Magic Star.
figurine.
Oh,
Because like,
I do remember.
because like
that.
Jelly Babies,
How-
they had characters.
How sexy was it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
1 to
like,
10. How, 1 to 9, actually. How sexy
Yeah,
was
1 to
it?
9.
Forget the 10.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Oh, it's
sexiness.
quite
Yeah,
sexy.
there's a lot of definition of those legs.
Yeah.
But all of them,
So did it have arms and legs?
yeah, because if you paid attention to the packaging instead of just gorging,
I'm sorry. I can't hear you over my munching.
I didn't unwrap it. Yeah.
I can like picture the bag of
It was white,
Whatever
wasn't
they're
it?
called.
Yeah, they're like swooping through the air and they're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like little characters.
Yes, they were.
And they all had that.
Do they have names?
Star, yeah, probably.
Do we know?
Yeah. Probably better
One
than
of them's
Jelly
called
Baby
Keith
Star. Should we look them up? Let's look them up.
Oh,
okay.
Well, we're here.
no, all right, yeah.
Yeah, might
I
as well,
bet there are 5 and one's a girl. Because there's the girl. Because being a girl is a characteristic.
The main one was like a superhero. He had a cape.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah, because for those who don't know what we're talking about, it was like a tiny, tiny brown
Very
chocolate
small.
star.
Yeah. Not
Okay.
much bigger than a.
Oh right. So they all have the surname Star.
That makes sense.
Okay, that's
Which
okay.
makes sense. Each
That's-
star is engraved with a different smiley face representing one of the Magic Star characters portrayed on the packaging and referenced in the advertising.
Oh, okay.
So you had
Sure.
pop star,
Oh, okay.
Jess star,
Jess,
like the cat, bright star, superstar, twinkle star, falling star,
falling star
Happy
is like
star,
old and tripping over.
sports star, clever star.
There's loads of them.
Happy Star?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
And baby star.
Baby star. Okay,
So there's quite a lot of them.
so a whole chunk of stars there.
Wow. Yeah, that's
The whole
more
galaxy
Than,
is
more
Should
than,
have brought out a TV
More
show.
than Jelly
Maybe they
Babies.
did.
Maybe they did.
And we never.
Well, maybe that was the
watched
plan.
it.
We never got there.
It's not quite as bad as having one of Jelly Babies just be called Big Heart, which I think is perhaps
that true?
work.
Yeah,
we did a whole episode on it.
I think this was when you were collecting your award.
Right.
Yeah,
I had more
I think-
important things to do.
yeah.
Big
Yeah.
heart.
Big Heart is pretty bad.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of stars.
Too many stars.
Yeah,
some
can't.
would say.
You got to have 5.
You already don't get that many in a bag now.
No.
The way the bloody
Most of it's
quotas
there.
are going.
Yeah.
Oh.
When you think about it, it was quite like they were small bags of chocolate.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was really like a snack. You know,
Yeah.
you're only getting a substantial
that,
amount of
really.
chocolate. Yeah.
Treat. Yeah, no, you weren't.
a morsel.
Yeah.
Ali says you have to look them in the eye before you eat them because it's the least you can
What?
do.
Like a Jelly Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, magic star.
Oh, a magic star.
Yeah,
right.
Just,
like
ma-
it,
just
but like
magic
it.
stars, or
Apparently just magic stars.
Just-
You might be
Magic
the
stars.
only person eating magic stars.
They sell them at the cinema.
no, they don't.
I'm sure they do. And that's where I had them last. So I either bought them
My
at
God.
the cinema or I somehow had them with me.
I'm checking Wikipedia here. It says they were
I'm a liar.
discontinued in *96.
Dead for 10 years?
No, they just have some very old bags of magic
Yeah, that's what it is.
Was that
yeah.
lawyer on the train eating them?
So they saw you coming. It's like, oh, he's back again.
Get them out. Get them out of the
Get one of
cobweb
those
room.
dust. Hey Nick, how are your magic stars?
They're very dusty.
Very claggy.
Anyway, who remembers the point of this podcast? Who's got a hate?
Not really anymore. Well, here's the thing.
Here's
John.
the thing.
You mentioned my hair, and I went a bit coy.
Oh,
I see why.
I see why.
No. Well, no. I'm not going to talk about the hair you've been referencing, but my hate is the fact that I'm getting hairs where I didn't used to get hairs.
Oh, because you're going through puberty.
Because no, I've been pubic for around 24 years.
Okay.
I think around
Been
that. It's hard.
pubic. Is that the right phrase?
We'll never know for sure.
No, we won't.
We'll never know for sure.
Unless there's a
I'm so glad the mics were running when you said that. We get to enjoy this forever now.
yeah.
Been pubic.
But as I mentioned, I'm 37 now, and things are starting to happen that I
Okay.
don't wish to happen.
I mean, you're
know,
gonna have to go into detail.
Still being
Well-
coy, but
Yeah.
are you getting hairs on your upper lip?
Is this your hate, by the way?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So my hate is that basically I'm getting hairs pop up in my eyebrows, up my nose.
Oh, like long wispies. I get
Long
them. Look at these.
wispies,
Look at
here we
these.
go,
I got
yeah.
like owl wispies.
But I have to say
Wow.
I look in the mirror and I go, "There's another." I shout to Liz, "There's another one." I've got another one. Like every week now,
She's
it's
like,
happening.
Stop
It used-
talking, you awful man.
It was once every so often, then it was once a month, and now it's basically once a week. I'm saying to Liz, I got another one, like a thick one,
Yeah, like a log.
like a long one, yeah, like a log,
Yeah.
in relative terms.
Sure.
And it's just you can just see it, and it's really dark, and it needs plucking basically.
Right.
So okay,
And
so
Liz is the person who needs to do that
Why does Liz have to?
because I balls it up.
I see.
I'm not used to plucking.
You bleed.
I'm not used to plucking.
So you're, for the benefit of the listener, you're gesturing towards your eyebrows quite
Yes.
a bit. So it's more the eyebrow hairs that are proving.
It's more the eyebrows, but then I look at my nose and there's hairs up
Yeah,
there, and
so-
you try and get them, and it's just every time you try and pluck one of them, your
Oh,
eyes start watering.
Don't pluck a nose hair.
As an older man,
Yeah.
we do start to get professor face, don't we? Like
Yeah.
wispy professor face, where we get like long eyebrow hairs, long nose hairs,
Yep.
long ear tops,
Yep, get
ear
those.
top hairs.
I don't get ear.
And then
top
and
hairs.
the,
I
li-
get-
the
Wait,
little
do you
bit
mean
here.
from? Do you mean from?
They
your
grow
ear?
from the top.
Yeah, and the little bit here in
Like
the
if
inner,
you do a
inner
little
ear.
tug, and yeah, I think we do get like professor hair
There's
inside
little
our
ones
ears
in
as
there.
well.
Yeah.
But those
Yeah.
aren't so bad for me.
Oh,
But
I
I get
don't-
top ones.
No, I don't get ear.
You haven't
hair.
got one
Give
of
it to
those.
us.
No, I'm okay.
But I
with that,
started
yeah.
noticing all that, and
when
I'm
you
like,
go pubic.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this is happening, and I don't want hairs there.
You're
I'm not a
entering your-
particularly hairy man.
no, but
John.
you have eyebrows.
I have eyebrows, but they're quite light.
Yeah, they're very,
aren't they?
very.
Yeah.
So like
faint.
dark eyebrow hairs show up like a sore thumb. Like I had to get one plucked yesterday.
Well, tell me about it.
Well, you know,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
you got nice thick ones there, John. You're a hairy man.
I am a hairy
You are
man,
quite
yeah.
You
hairy
choose
man.
to be.
I had a shave last night, actually. That's not a joke.
All your bodily hair you shaved.
You choose to be hairy. I'm not a particularly hairy man.
No,
Which
you're
is
like
why,
a
why
grape.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I get my hair cut every few weeks.
16 minutes.
And when you comment on the fact that my hair's long.
I'm sorry, you're probably feeling very self-conscious because I kept drawing attention.
You
to
kept
your hair.
mentioning my hair.
I didn't mean
I
that.
went very quiet.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. No.
You want it, if
the
anything,
hair on
you
my
want
head,
less hair.
the hair on my head is fine because everyone told me when I was young, you'll go bald. I mean, come on,
Proving them wrong.
look at me.
Idiots.
But it's just those other hairs that I don't necessarily want that
Indeed.
are causing me problems.
Well, we're entering into our professor years where we become professors, and we
Yeah.
have to look like professors, obviously.
Sure,
and we have to
absolutely.
have all the wisps that go along with that.
Yeah.
I get long wispy eyebrow hairs. And
So do I.
They're in there now, and I haven't done anything.
Do you get them
about
plucked?
No, shave them.
Do you?
Yeah, like when I used to go to the barber more often,
Yeah.
he would shave them.
Would
He'd
he?
put a comb up and then he'd shave
Oh.
them.
Yeah.
And I've been having to do a bit of that myself now because I'm not really going to the barber anymore.
Oh.
But I had a point. Oh yeah, but
Did you?
they're white for me. So it's the opposite
they're
problem than
stopping
you're
up,
having
they're
because
popping
I
up.
have dark eyebrows, but I have
Yeah.
white wispy owl brows.
That's a problem, isn't it?
a bit of a problem.
But you'll be able to feel it when you go through doors.
Yeah,
So you-
yes,
like
I
you-
find the edges of things like
Yeah.
a cat can with their
Yeah.
whiskers. Yeah.
Well, of course, it's a bit hair raising.
Uh-huh.
Pun intended.
Lol.
But I'll put the razor on the longest setting
Sure.
And then just go
run
through
it
them.
over my
Oh,
eyebrows.
I see.
Oh,
Take-
that's smart. I
Take the
could
long
do
ones
that.
off.
I
Yeah.
could do
Of
that.
course, you.
So I've never looked at your eyebrows before, really.
Yeah, well, they're quite.
much as I am at the moment.
I need to do it because I was thinking last night. Oh, they're a bit.
Yeah, mine are. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Look at that one. Ooh.
That's a good one.
Well, my
Oh, I got it.
Ugh.
I'm gonna leave that here for you.
Thank you.
Sprinkles.
Well, my electric razor, I think it's getting a bit blunt because I've got like Teflon hair.
You've broken the razor.
Yeah.
But like
With your beef hair.
it has a setting,
Mm.
and I was skeptical when I bought it. It's got it's a nasal hair.
Yes, I have one of
trimmer.
these.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
a,
I'd love to have one
now.
of
This
those.
is a weird sensation.
Yeah?
Yeah, because you jam that up into your nose.
Does it just pluck them, or does it actually just cut
No,
'em?
so it's like a cone, and the cone, if it's like yours,
Oh.
has got slots in the cone,
Oh, I
and then there's a
see.
spinning blade inside that cone.
Gotcha.
So as you jam it up into your nose,
Yeah.
your hairs go into the cone through the gaps,
Oh.
and then the spinning blade cuts them short, and it works really, really well.
I should get one of those.
Yeah.
Because every time
It
I look up
certainly
there,
don't.
I'm very conscious of it, and I'm quite short, so people tend to look down on me.
So they
Yes.
no
And
one's
that's
ever looked
fine.
at you
I
nose.
meant
Yeah.
metaphorically, so no one really looks up when they're talking to me. So that's a relief.
Hmm.
But
never thought
eventually,
about that
it's going to become obvious.
Yes.
That's an issue.
Yeah.
When you go
Got-
full professor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to have to think about these things on a daily basis.
The thing is,
And I don't like it, if
see,
I'm honest.
well, the thing is that now I'm very aware of your eyebrows.
Yeah.
And I can't see
Well,
any.
they look-
I
they
can't
look-
see any
But
problem.
now they look alright because Liz plucked them yesterday.
Oh,
They're
it
practically
sounds-
non-existent.
yeah.
Your eyebrows.
No, that's the problem. They're quite light. So
They're
when
very-
you do get a thick log-like one,
Yes.
it's really
Amongst the
it's
faint.
really in there.
It's really visible.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
my beard's not particularly well. I've shaved again yesterday, so you can't really see it either.
You've never really had much of it.
never really had much of a beard, purely because I can't. I wouldn't mind having a beard. That would be fine. But not
I could
these-
draw one on for you if you like.
Oh,
Sharpie
all right.
or something.
Yes, that'd be nice. But not these other ones. Not these other ones. It reminds me of the aging process. It reminds me that I don't look great all the time. And who does?
Well, indeed. Who does?
But I want to.
Well, you see, I hadn't had a shave in a couple of weeks.
Sure.
And every time I go like, oh, I'm gonna just let it. I never go as far as going like, I'm gonna grow like a beard.
A full
No,
like,
I
a
don't
beard.
fancy a beard.
But like, I tend to
lot of
shave.
upkeep on a beard.
I tend to shave like kind of once a week, kind of bring it down.
Yeah.
But like, I'd left it a couple of weeks, so it's a
Yeah.
little thicker than usual. And the problem now, you see, my problem now is that when I grow it to any length,
Sure.
it's mostly white.
Oh, really?
Like, I've got big white kind of stripe down my
But it
chin.
looks
I
dark
don't mind
now.
that.
Yeah, well, yeah, when you trim it, it's kind of, I think any effect is kind of, and I don't know if the hair kind of gets whiter the longer it gets. Or
Maybe.
something. I don't know.
Could do.
Because my hair's quite dark, and I think it's quite noticeable. But like,
Nothing wrong with that, though.
Well, my worry-
I actually don't mind the greyness.
well, no, I don't mind it per se, but when I look at myself and my facial hair is a bit longer, I'm suddenly very aware that I look
Of the
like
aging
an old,
process.
I look like an old man because I look just scraggly. You know, people used to do those kind of like face app filters. And they
Oh,
show,
yeah.
like, what you look
Turning
like.
into that.
Yeah, very much so.
Very
Yeah,
accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
too
accurate.
accurate. Yeah.
I look friendly. I don't look like a scary old man, but
No,
like
no.
I'm like that's.
Not noticeably.
He'd tell you a story leaning on the bar.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Oh, yeah.
He's lived a life.
He's
Yeah.
seen things, you know.
Yeah, he's seen stuff. but
Nothing
also-
nothing too unpleasant.
No.
But, you know, for a young person, quite a lot.
He's not a racialist.
No. He's just born in a different era, wasn't he?
Exactly. It
That's
was
the
different
problem.
back then.
Yeah.
I thought of a Boer War.
But yeah, I think I'll go fully grey soon enough. The top of my head.
Well, it's looking
Interesting.
silky.
Yeah, it's looking all right at the moment.
yeah,
but
it's
Liz is starting to call me salt and pepper.
Really?
Which is a term of endearment, I'm sure.
I'm sure
but
it is.
It makes me
I'm
very
sure she
aware
means
of it.
well.
Coupled with the unwanted hair.
Imagine if your hair was just white. It was exactly like it is now, but
Yeah.
it's white.
That would be okay.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grey. I'd prefer a little darker grey.
Yeah.
If I could get away with that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about.
I don't know whether... Because guys tend to go grey, don't they? But ladies can sometimes go white. Like
Yeah,
that
is true.
purest of
Super
white.
white.
Super
Yeah.
white.
Lucy is a friend, an old university friend who's kind of like her age, our age, and he went shock white.
Did he?
His hair
Really?
in his 20s.
Wow.
It's kind of incredible, actually.
I think, that would be so
Do people then
cool.
assume he's older?
No, because he doesn't.
But he looks still young.
This is the bizarre
Yeah,
thing.
that's
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
isn't it?
But it's utterly white, as
That's
white as this
so-
table.
that's
It's
so rad.
incredible.
I would
Yeah.
genuinely. I've thought about this. I've thought about dyeing my hair platinum blonde, like completely white.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm not doing it is because I know that the roots would show so clearly after about a week
Yeah.
that I'd just be doing it for the rest
It's
of
a
my
lot
life.
of upkeep.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of upkeep.
But I'd love to know what I look like with it. Maybe I could do it in Photoshop and just see how I look,
Do it.
and then make a choice.
If anyone could do it in Photoshop,
It's probably you.
probably. Well,
It could be Nick.
could be Nick.
I'm quite good with Photoshop.
So
I've used
do
it before.
do any young people listen to this podcast?
No one younger than us, I
Well,
don't
the longer we record, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you are young,
Call in now.
you think this isn't going to happen to me. I used to be like that.
you think
Yeah.
this is bad?
And now
You
look at
think
me
you're
now.
not gonna
I'm happy
grow?
to air this grievance on a public forum.
Yeah.
That's how much I've got used to being like this.
You're doing a very valuable thing here. Because,
Thank you.
Because you're a hero.
Yeah.
Because most people probably
Why?
just wouldn't talk about this stuff, and then everyone would look at you and just go,
No.
"Look, it's perfect."
Some people would
eyebrows."
deem this wildly inappropriate to be discussing,
Yeah.
wouldn't they?
Victorians
Not me.
wouldn't
Not
like
me
it.
though.
I think we touched upon this before.
mean-
I think in an early episode
Maybe.
I talked about like getting like rogue hairs in my
Yeah.
beard, which I didn't like.
Oh no!
You know?
Yeah.
If we've talked about this before, then the
I'm
archivist will be
talking.
after us.
I'm talking eyebrow hairs though.
Yeah, I know. No, this
Yeah,
is-
specifically.
Sorry,
yeah.
no, they are different topics.
They are
It's
different
kind of-
topics.
No, I'm
Whether that will sate the archivist is the thing is, there's no way of knowing for sure.
I don't necessarily get like the weird
No.
eyebrow hairs, but I certainly understand your pain when it comes to like a long, wild,
A wisp.
uncontrolled one.
Yeah.
And it bloody hurts as well.
Oh, pulling those hairs out, I will
Liz
cry.
does them, and I scream.
Yeah.
Like,
And
and it
sneeze.
really stings when she does it.
Scream,
if
sneeze.
if you expanded that pain across your whole body,
God, I
you'd be
die.
in agony.
Yeah, just instant.
But
death.
everyone just laughs at you.
Yeah. Like someone plucks an eyebrow hair out,
Yeah.
and you go, ah!
Imagine having an eyebrow hair plucked out, but all over your body and all at the same time.
I think
Or
Can't imagine any human beings ever withstood that.
I'd probably
No.
die of shock.
yeah.
But people go, oh, stop being so pathetic. It's like, no, it really hurts though.
I wonder how many people you'd have to get for that to actually happen, and how many hairs.
What do you mean?
Like if I needed eyebrow hairs all over my body and everyone to pluck one,
Oh, how many people we'd need?
how many people would we need?
There wouldn't be space around you. It would be like one of those
Wow.
London pubs outside the London
Yeah,
pub,
it might
but
be.
gathered around you.
What are you
All-
talking about?
all on a
Two of
single
you? What's wrong
tweezer.
with
I'm
you?
just talking about pain thresholds.
Everyone's on a tweezer.
Sure.
It's basically how many people.
What is this red and skimpy bullshit?
Yeah,
Like,
so Chris is like a porcupine now. He's a porcupine
I'm like
man.
a porcupine, but of my eyebrow hairs.
They're all eyebrow hairs, all over his body, nips
Yeah.
included.
Oh god.
That's important. To me.
I'm not actually.
And then everyone holds. Everyone holds. No, join the space. Join the space. Hold a tweezer.
Come and have fun with us, John.
No, you carry on talking.
And then we count
I'm just
down.
going to open this Corona.
And then we all just pull at once all the eyebrow hairs out of Chris Ray's body.
That pain would be completely unbearable.
I think that would be.
You would go into shock.
I think you probably would just go into shock because your nervous system would be overloaded. Your brain couldn't process that much pain simultaneously.
Yeah. It's like when
You just collapse.
it's like when they put the plug into Neo's head for the first time.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
It will be exactly like that.
I'll tell you what.
It might break you out of the Matrix, actually.
Could do.
Yeah.
I occasionly because again my hair
here
is
we go.
very
John's
very
thought of something.
very very thick, and I think I may have mentioned this before, but
Yeah.
occasionally I get like a
Ingrowers.
slightly bad hair in my
Sure.
beard.
Okay.
And the first
An
thing
evil hair.
the first thing I
bad one.
notice is that I will brush my hand across my face, and literally like the pain of
Yeah.
like
Oh.
like 1,000 lightning bolts.
Yeah.
It's just like ugh.
Jams
Because
into
You
your
know
mouth.
what I'm talking
Because
about.
because each of my hairs is like a small dagger.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
you
Stabbed into your
rush
skin.
across this one bad one. It's like god.
Yeah.
And then I have to go hunting so I can.
You
rip
know
it out.
roughly what area it's in.
Yeah.
You have to go seek it out.
Very hard.
I do that, but it's easier for me obviously because I don't have many hairs.
No.
On my
I
chin.
could probably count them now. I think you have 8.
Yeah, roughly 8.
Yeah,
At
on
any
your
one
whole
time.
head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
roughly 8.
Well, see, now I'm like super aware of your eyebrows, and I don't normally think about your
Should I
eyebrows.
cover them for the rest of the episode?
That would be really helpful. Yeah, thank you.
We
This
are
would be
just
like-
now all just staring at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I realised like if I had to like draw your eyebrows in court, for whatever reason.
Why
Should
would
be a
you,
blank sheet of paper.
Why would they hire you?
What was my point? It's like
Because he was the one who saw the crime.
Yeah.
But why would he? They'd be sketching.
No, my point is that they bring up the lawyer would bring up a like a whiteboard, like a kind of a blank face with like 2 dots.
Draw
and
his
a
eyebrows.
smile.
Oh,
It's like,
right. The eyebrows are the evidence.
This
Yeah.
is a very important part of the
Right.
case.
Mr. Locke, can you please
For some reason.
please sketch the eyebrows
Yeah.
of the man you saw?
Okay.
at
You'd be like,
the
give me a
scene of the
lighter
crime."
pen.
You'd need like basically a white pen.
Yeah. A
On
white
a
pen on a
whiteboard.
whiteboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just one shade slightly darker
And then
than
just
white.
like gently
They'd be
swipe
like,
across.
Mr. Locke, we can't see those eyebrows. And you're like,
Exactly. You go exactly. And then
correct.
case closed.
case closed.
I take
yeah.
the red pen, I paint the entire face, and then get the eraser. And
Yeah.
just go,
That
Yeah.
would be more accurate. Actually.
That would actually,
That
yeah,
would
yeah,
be
yeah.
more accurate.
It's a trick question.
Yeah.
A leading question, Your Honour. He's
And then
he's trying to trick me.
you drop the mic, and then
And then he's free.
Everyone jumps up, and the movie ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freeze frame.
Good. Well, next time you're plucking your eyebrows,
Think of me.
young,
Well, I'm gonna show
young
them.
people listening to this,
But, young people, yeah. Because they
the young
blood.
people,
Yeah.
just think of me.
Don't pluck. Use a machine.
Think
Use
of
a-
Chris.
Think of me and associate me with that blinding pain.
Yeah. There you go. That's what he wants.
So that's what I'm after.
Okay. Well, I've got hate.
Okay. You see how lucky Liz is to have you.
Yeah.
She really is.
God bless her.
There's another one, Liz. Hurry.
Get the
I mean-
tweezers.
You're saying that like it's a joke, but
That's what actually happens.
that's
in
what
your
actually
household.
happens.
Yeah.
I don't care about your insulin.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need you.
I've been asleep for 3 hours. I don't care.
Help me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What's your age?
Yeah.
Well, you know how
No.
You know eyebrows, right?
eyebrows. Fucking annoying. You know how we got HelloFresh,
Oh yeah.
a service where you can get ingredients and recipes sent to your house.
I'm aware of it.
Saves you the need to have to go food shopping. But you still got to prepare the dinner. You get a recipe card. You get all the ingredients. You make.
Oh,
it,
sure,
Right?
yeah.
This isn't a sponsored segment, by the way. We don't have. We don't.
I think they probably would sponsor us. That'd be one of the few companies who probably would
think?
be up for it. Hello Fresh will sponsor. Oh fucking hell! They'll sponsor the opening of a cupboard. Won't they?
Probably actually. They
Particularly
were-
that's where you store the food, I imagine.
Fucking envelope.
Yeah, they
sponsor
sponsor-
the opening of that.
opening of a larder. Anyway, you can get that right. I am on board with that. I subscribe to HelloFresh.
Yeah.
Right. Gusto. It's another one of those. Yeah, you get
Yeah.
subscription
We've
food.
done Gusto.
Well, there's a new one in town,
Oh.
and it's gunning for top dog,
Oh, I see.
and they're called Square Eats.
Never.
Squeeze, squeeze.
Squeeze.
Squeak.
Got a bad case of the squeeze.
Got a bad- you will after you've eaten some Square Eats. I tell you that. Their gimmick is
Is it
all
is the
food-
idea that it's like a square meal, like this, like the phrase a square meal?
No. Well, they probably use that. Like, literally guess
Comes
what you
in-
think it might mean.
Is it?
Waffles.
No. That
It's not
I
just
want
waffles.
to say that every food they serve is square, but
Yeah.
that wouldn't be it.
That's it.
That's mental.
They take any food and I don't know what they do to it, some machine shit, and then they export it, and it's like a little tile. It's like a little square tile.
Wait, how much depth are we?
We're talking about maybe
What
2 centimeters thick, and we're talking about if it's a square, each side is maybe like 8 centimeters.
What kind of food are we talking about here?
Chicken, broccoli,
What?
pork, literally chips, but not chips, plural, chip square.
Like chip.
You get a square chip.
Yeah, but they all look the same but different colours, right? So the chicken square looks like a sort of slightly chickeny coloured square, right? Then the broccoli square is green, and then the chip colour is kind
How
of
do you make a square broccoli?
yeah. Well, this is the thing, I guess.
Do they blend it?
I guess they blend it,
Oh,
and then
God.
they sort of jelly because it kind of looks like jelly as well, but I don't think it is jelly because I don't think they've really added anything. Well, they must have done.
Can
And then they export it into a
There
mold.
must be yeah, like something in there.
And then it arrives on a tray, right? And your tray is a square with 4 square segments in it. And then you
Jesus.
have a square in each of those squares.
Right.
So it's like a TV dinner kind of thing, but everything's a square.
So in much the same way that like the invention of the shipping container revolutionized global freight
Indeed.
because everyone was using a standardized size, what you're
So
saying
you can nest them.
what you're saying is that every square regardless of its chemical content,
It's the same size.
is exactly the same size.
Does it
Hundo.
taste right
So apparently,
like broccoli?
Yes.
I'm going back to broccoli because I find that one the most fascinating.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, it's a green speckled square. That
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Apparently it does. Apparently it tastes like a shit broccoli.
Yeah.
But I've seen some videos of, because I've been fascinated, obviously. So I've seen some videos of people trying square meats, and they say, yeah, it tastes of broccoli, but it tastes like a worse broccoli. And the reason it's worse is because the texture's completely gone.
Texture
Yeah.
is a big factor of
So it doesn't have the texture of broccoli, obviously.
So everything you're describing,
Yeah.
this is a grim dystopian joke, right?
Well, it's got to be, right?
Yeah,
Except
like-
for the fact that it isn't.
Okay.
Because you can subscribe to this service. They don't seem to really give a reason. It's not better for you. It's not more efficient to get energy into you if you were training in some way. It's not healthier. You won't lose weight. It's not a diet.
No.
Right?
Because even Huel
Yes.
is making this.
Huel, you
Yeah.
could argue, we've had our issues with
We've
Huel.
talked about Huel.
But Huel, you could argue, is at least like rapidifying. That's not a word. Speeding up.
Rapidify.
It's really good, yeah.
It's rapidifying the process of eating.
Yeah.
Turning it into a and then slosh it down your throat.
Yeah,
You're done
if you
with
don't,
lunch.
if you don't have time to chew,
You don't want you waste valuable time chewing.
Exactly. Glug, done,
Done.
crack on with work.
Yeah.
Productivity.
Glug hench.
Glug, hench.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's their tagline, I believe.
Yeah, glug hench.
So with
Squeets.
Squeeze,
They're not going to sponsor us.
is
now.
it like you get a meal is like 4 tiles?
Well,
or
I think
something like
you can
that?
choose whether you want a 3-tile meal or a 4-tile meal.
Wow.
But
yeah.
yeah.
How thick are these tiles?
They're like 1.5 centimeters to 2 centimeters thick.
How wide is a tile?
About 8 centimeters wide.
Fuck
8
that.
centimeters.
That's not a meal.
It's like they're like this big.
That's mad.
So you got 4 of those. They're like the size, just smaller than coasters.
That's not a meal.
Just smaller than coasters.
That's not a meal. Forget the square thing. That's not enough.
No, it doesn't sound like enough, does it?
Particularly as you're not having to chew, really.
And the weird thing is, I think you have to warm them up. I'm pretty sure you have
Well, this
to
is
warm
going to be
them
my
up.
next question.
Yeah, I can't remember this for sure, but I'm pretty sure you do.
Yeah.
But then they say on their website, our square eats taste much better if you chop them up and cook them the way you cook regular food.
Okay. No. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, for example, you take the chicken square
No.
and you chop it into like, I don't know, kind of goujony kind of shape.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
And then you fry them in a pan with oil, and maybe you add some seasoning. Because,
Sure.
And they provide seasoning, right, with their squares.
Right.
You
Is
start-
that square?
So why the squares?
Exactly. It's infuriating.
I don't
they,
get it.
They teach you that the best way to enjoy them is not in square format at all, but to break the square and to
don't get it.
add to the square.
I would freely admit if a scientist stepped out from behind a curtain now and was like, actually, we found that the best way to ship food, this is the safest, cleanest, most efficient way to transport food, and who knew, is as a fucking platonic coaster.
Like solid.
I reckon if this was a restaurant, that would probably do quite well because everyone would turn up and go,
As
ha,
a gimmick.
this is a laugh.
Yeah.
But not as a monthly,
But this
weekly
is like-
subscription.
This is like, you'll eat this now for the rest of your life.
My God.
Like model. This is like, you
Yeah.
subscribe to this, you don't eat anything else, you eat your square eats.
yeah.
Because you know you like that weird American burger cheese.
Bastard cheese.
Bastard
Good old
cheese. Yeah,
bastard
there
cheese.
we
Yeah.
go.
That's a callback.
That's a callback.
To episode 1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Best
But,
callback
like-
ever.
Think how many of these we've done.
Yeah.
But that's like they've effectively made cheese sauce.
Yeah, and then solidified it.
Yeah, I think they've added like a
gelatin
a
thing.
gelatiny.
Yeah, it must
kind
be.
of
A
element.
gelatizer.
Yeah.
You get that like netting of gelatin.
Yeah, so
don't you?
either like
chuck some of that in there.
agar or gelatin, and then they've solidified it. So
Yeah.
so they've maybe like boiled broccoli,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liquidized
reduced it to a paste.
They must have.
Added the gelatin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it in a mold.
And then they're telling you to boil it again,
Yeah.
So they're saying you can't.
but with
eat-
added additives.
Well, you can microwave them, and then you just eat them as
Fuck
squares.
yeah.
So so they're coming to you pre-cooked because I'm thinking.
I presume so.
They must be.
I'm thinking business mind now.
Business mind.
You're not going to ship raw meat because then why not just ship them?
Yeah,
like the
If you're
the
doing
actual
some of the work.
chicken breast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
exactly. Yeah.
So they're sending you a pre-cooked, probably boiled square of reconstituted chicken, sausage, whatever.
Yeah.
Are they at least saying it's like a dairy lunchable and you get to like stack them into a fun burger?
Yeah,
or
that'd be
something?
They
fun.
don't really. I think they do a burger one, and the burger one is
It's a
like
square.
It's like a square burger, and then it's like a square of bread. I think.
And then cheese.
Yeah, maybe a square of cheese, a square of chips.
Cheese.
I don't know. But it's like, that's kind of the gimmick, is that the meals plan. You can choose your meals for your menu, right?
Sure.
And they all are something. So one will be like shepherd's pie, and one will be like chicken tikka masala. I'm making these up now because I can't remember exactly what they are, but there'll be something like that. And then it'll be the square adjacent version of that. So the chicken tikka masala will be like an orange square, which is chicken with tikka flavoring, you know. And then there'll be a yellow square, and that will be pilau rice, right? And then there'll be another square, and that will be, I don't know, naan bread.
If you make a square of rice, though...
Oh, they do rice. Rice is definitely a fact that they do. But it's a solid square of rice.
Are they all perfectly smooth?
Yes. They all look, they have the same texture.
Yeah.
And they're shiny.
Jesus. Yeah, but
slightly wet.
The thing is, like, if you're just like, we're going to boil some rice, and then we're going to, like, paste it up and form a... You've just made a perfect square of starch.
Yes,
There's
exactly.
no...
Yeah.
Let me see if I can show you a picture.
None of this can be nutritious in any way.
No, and it's not even fun.
Have you had one of these?
I have not had one. That's what they look like.
Look at that.
Was that what you were imagining?
It's a little deeper than
I probably undersold the depth. So there's an example of a plate with 4 of them on.
Yeah,
So I think those 2 are rice. I think that's probably a broccoli, and that's probably a meat.
Okay.
What's the point?
I will say it looks...
slightly better.
Slightly better than I imagined it, because it looks a little more like, say, sushi.
So we've got a Cuban there that's got chicken, mix of beans, and basmati rice. And then the fisherman has got salmon, zucchini, and sweet potato.
It's just weird.
But what is the dark logic here? Are they saying this is a more efficient way to consume food? Are they saying it's a healthier way to consume food? Is it a funner way to consume food?
There seems to be absolutely zero benefits to this.
I know.
For anybody.
I looked at their website, and I couldn't really see... I think they're trying to claim that because it's very controlled and it's very portion controlled, that you know exactly what you're eating. I think maybe that's the
But
only
you could do that with
message they
actual
have.
food.
I know.
Just send them 2 florets of broccoli.
And then you're eating 2 florets of broccoli. Yeah. So when you order square meal 5 or whatever, or the fisherman or whatever, then it's like, it's definitely 326.8 calories. And it always will.
Well, but is that true though? Because there could be more rice per square meter in one batch than the next.
I think they're claiming that they control it to the point that there isn't.
They don't count the rice. I'm telling you now, they don't count the rice.
But if they mince the rice into a liquid, and then
but then what if there's 3 more grains of rice in that?
Well, I imagine their system is so perfectly
controlled. Sorry, my mistake.
And you're thinking of this outdated 20th century.
You're thinking about grains.
You're talking about grains, dickhead.
We're talking about liquid into molds.
We're talking
about the future here.
We're talking about fluid cubic ounces.
What's a fucking grain? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter anymore. Stop thinking about grains. Stop thinking about steaks. Stop thinking about florets. You're in the past, dude.
Yeah.
Get with the tile game.
Remember florets?
No.
They were good, weren't they?
I honestly think
Grandad.
The only reason that Square Eats exists is because of old school sci-fi that used to think that in the future you'll eat a tile or a little cube of food, and that's a whole meal.
But the idea was you would like get one of them, like an OXO cube or whatever.
Nom nom nom. It would fill you up.
Put like a drop of water on it. It'd go.
Oh yeah, Fifth
Element
expand,
and kind of turn into what
that
looked
meal.
like an enjoyable meal.
Yeah, but I've seen other movies where it's just like a plate of 4 cubes.
Is it?
And you nom nom nom, you eat those 4 cubes, and then it's like, oh, I'm full. I feel like I've had a whole meal.
Yeah.
Maybe people didn't used to get enjoyment out of eating like they do now. Because some people enjoy a nice meal.
Oh, I love a nice meal.
I'd say most people enjoy.
Yeah.
And like eating
Whereas
is one of the
that
great
just seems like
joys
get it
of
down
life.
your fucking holes.
Which is a bit Hewley.
But even so, like if you really just want like I don't have time to enjoy my food, I just want nutrients in my body.
Yeah.
Then like drink it as a slurry or a paste.
But what I find so hilarious
bullshit about the cubes
is that no matter what the message might be, whatever their reasoning, which I couldn't like glean from their like messaging or whatever, the fact that they have a section on their website with like how to make it more palatable, how to chop it up, cook it with a bit of oil, put some salt and pepper on it, and add our special seasoning.
We realise it tastes like ass.
It tastes like shit.
So what about?
And I saw a guy on YouTube do both. He ate it just as it is, warmed up, and then he ate it with their suggestions, like chopping it up, frying it, seasoning it, whatever. And he's like, yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's better. It's still shit, but it's better.
You shouldn't have to season something that presumably has already been seasoned.
I know.
Yeah.
Presumably.
It's a special seasoning as well.
But it's like it's kind of the logic behind, to some extent, like a chicken nugget.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing about a chicken nugget that represents the original chicken.
No.
It's like we've boiled this chicken, we've reduced it to a paste, we've
Cast it into a
rolled into a
mould.
ball. We've breaded it and we've deep fried it.
Yeah.
and
Fucking delicious.
And and it's great. It's undeniably chicken protein.
Yeah.
There's fat and there's salt
Yeah.
and it's lovely.
All of that.
But here's the difference.
Yeah.
A chicken nugget has been designed to be a treat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So it's been battered, which we
Yeah.
like, and then it's dippable to dip into your various sauces.
Yeah.
And they're not saying like you don't need the sauces. They're saying, no, get those sauces on, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Square Eats is claiming that they're not doing this as a treat. You know, they're claiming that this
is how you should consume food.
yeah, kind of like this is the way to eat
This is your
food.
square meal.
This is a better way. Yeah, this is
And
your
arguably,
square
a square of chicken would have less flavour and texture than a square of than a chicken nugget. Sorry,
I agree.
because that's got
probably.
that has a shape and it has a texture.
and it's got batter on it.
Yeah, because it's been battered.
I was about to say they haven't. The difference is they haven't nuggetized everything, but they probably have. There's probably a broccoli nugget out there somewhere.
Oh, it's probably
Yeah,
broccoli nugget.
tempura.
I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So that's
Tempura broccoli.
Yeah.
But like, I just what's the end goal?
Because I think there is one. It's how do we rip people off until they get bored of this shit?
I think it's a scam / gimmick.
Yes.
I think it's a gimmick-driven scam, and people will probably go, "Oh,
Yeah, a tiny part of me is thinking that might be fun.
We
A tiny
could-
part, like for one meal, it'd be like, oh, let's give it this. a
Yeah,
crack.
but you might go.
but not consistently.
If a restaurant opened in town.
Yeah.
And it was like the
what I mean.
entire
Yeah, but that
gimmick
would be different, wouldn't
is
it?
everything is square.
Because that's not going to be microwaved. It's not going to be shipped across the fucking.
They're going to
planet.
bring that to me seasoned.
They'll
presumably.
find a way.
Yeah. Yes.
It'll come to the table as a gimmick, but it'll be delicious.
Yeah.
That's what that would. If you did it in a restaurant, it would be good. Because it would have to be.
Yes, and we might go once. We might go, hey
After the
guys,
gimmick.
have you heard
Let's
about
go to the square.
The square?
square.
The square.
What would you? Yeah. What would you call
Piazza.
it? Would you call it the square?
Call it piazza.
Yeah.
Literally means the square
Piazza.
in Italian.
I want to say there's something about
There must be something.
having a corner. You know when you eat like a big
Yeah.
meal,
Squares.
they go like, do you have room for pudding? You go, oh, I think I've got a spare corner.
Yeah,
A
something like
corner's quite good. Like corner meals.
I think square meal is good because that's like a phrase.
That is a
isn't it?
phrase. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a square meal.
I don't know
yeah.
why they've. What is it called? Square eats. Squeets.
Yeah, but they combine the e with square and eat, so it's all one word. Square eats.
Square eats.
Yeah.
This is
It'll be dead in a week.
Yeah.
this is going to make me sound like a radical. But like,
we go.
this is why.
Not again.
This is why we're in late stage capitalism here, isn't it? Because somebody convinced an investor
Yeah, that's
to
true.
pour money into what is barely an idea.
This is proof. This is what you're saying. This is proof that the people now who have control all the money in the world are dumb.
Yes.
Because someone, if not a lot of people, invested in this.
Yeah.
Thunderingly stupid. This is not a Dragon's Den pitch.
No.
This is, oh my god, we're going to be on Dragon's Den tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm scared
We
and
need an
drunk
idea.
in the bar.
What can we
the
do?
fuck do we sell to them?
Yeah. What about square food? I don't know, square food?
Square.
Like a
Someone,
coaster of
someone
food.
I
literally
think
saw
square
a
meal
coaster
would've
on
been
the
better.
bar.
Yeah,
and was
like, what if food
this
was
is
like that?
it. I need
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Do you want to try it? We could order some.
I mean,
No.
I think it might be fun.
No.
No!
No.
We'll give them money.
Yes, and
Can't we get a free
we'll
trial?
give
We
them
might
all-
be able to get a free trial.
They'll get
Yeah.
all data.
Oh no, I'll use the show
I-
called Hate Email. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No one checks that. That's defunct.
Yeah. We haven't used that in 4 years. I feel like I would rather eat. What shape would you prefer to eat food in if you had the choice?
Well, that's an interesting question.
I think I would go for a sphere.
What? Why?
No corners.
Like a Do you not like corners?
You'd rather have a
no edges.
Like a Scotch egg.
ball of steak than a
Yeah.
than a
A Scotch
square
egg
steak.
is an egg in the middle, right? And then it's pork around it, and then it's breadcrumbs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never had a Scotch egg.
No.
I don't
really
like a
them.
Scotch egg.
No, I don't
okay.
really.
So
I don't really.
I watched-
what shape?
I watched a
What about pyramid?
I watched
Pyramids. It's a good one.
YouTuber, a famous YouTuber chef, try to make Scotch eggs.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's more of a British thing than it is a
He just didn't
American
understand
thing.
the concept.
Yeah, he was trying very, very, very hard to make it so that the yolk was soft.
Oh, you're never
in
gonna-
the
you're never
middle.
going to get that.
I reckon though, if I did have a hot, freshly made Scotch egg in front of me right now with a runny yolk,
Yeah.
yolk
I think some
inside,
rest do it like
I would
that.
eat the shit out of
Like
that.
a
some
like a
restaurants do that.
bespoke
That sounds amazing.
gastro.
But just a cheapo
Well, yeah,
one out of a fridge in Tesco's, that sounds rubbish.
A lot of the posh ones have like quail's eggs, don't they? So it's a tiny egg, but a lot of meat.
But it's like but
meat.
you're basically saying like the average English Scotch egg is like imagine an egg that's been boiled for 15 minutes is so astonishing.
2 weeks ago.
It's so astonishingly cooked.
Yeah.
Then they've taken it out of the shell, wrapped it in meat, and cooked it again.
A very thin layer of meat.
Like,
cooked it again in
It's
breadcrumbs.
the driest thing you can imagine.
It's so
Yeah.
dry.
Yeah.
They look very dry.
Yeah.
Nothing drier than the yolk of a Scotch egg.
If you, John, cooked a gourmet Scotch egg in front of me right now,
I don't think I could.
but let's say you could, and it had a runny yolk in the middle, and I would eat the crap out of that. Just saying.
Thank you.
I'm just saying.
I do.
If you cooked one, Chris, I would also eat that one.
Thank you. I'm not sure you would, but thank you.
I'll try. I'll try it.
It's times like this. I think.
I'd use a cream egg.
Oh, eat shit out of that.
Okay,
Well,
I
if it's
used
wrapped in
And what would
pork,
you wrap it in? Marshmallow.
Yeah, well, we could make a sweet one.
and then roll it in hundreds and thousands.
Yeah.
solved.
There you go.
Yeah, put it in the microwave, nuke it.
Or like Pop Rocks.
Popping candy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny you bring this up because I have been thinking for a while that humans we never really deserved food.
That's a
Like
good point.
we've done
point.
such terrible things to food.
I think what's worse as well, I agree, because these were animals, these were living animals, and we've
Yeah.
desecrated their bodies.
It's like
It's what they would have wanted.
it's
So
like,
we did turn into a cube.
it's like we have things to eat and enjoy on the planet now that are so far removed from the ingredients that went into them.
That's so true.
Like, okay, like beer. You can go like, okay, well, look, it's effectively like wheat,
Yeah.
water, hops. It's been fermented, but like I don't know, a frube, you know, fuck's that?
Or a cream egg. A cream egg's a brilliant example of like what the fuck, because it's kind of gone full circle. It's mimicking nature. It's a
Mocking
it's a,
nature.
Mocking, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a horrifying
Yeah.
insult to nature. Chocolate with whatever the fuck that is in the middle. It's delicious.
I don't think
so
I don't
good.
think
but I don't know
matters,
what
yeah.
it is.
I
It's
don't-
sugar, I guess. Just liquid
Well, they
sugar.
do different. They do variations of them now. I had a caramel cream egg the other day,
What was that? Just caramel.
What's
in
on the
middle?
inside? Yeah,
Yeah,
just,
just
just a bucket of
great.
caramel.
and I had a
yeah.
white chocolate cream egg.
Oh.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah, I was going to say that might be a bit weird.
Yeah, because here's the thing: is that I quite like a bit of white chocolate occasionally.
Yeah, I like white
But that's weird because then you're like, well, chocolate at least you can say there's a connection to cocoa, to the cocoa plant.
Sure,
you know?
yeah.
It's not that far removed from nature. And then you get white chocolate, which is like, what if we just didn't put that in?
Which, yeah,
It's like fat and sugar.
we just step
Yeah.
further and further away from any natural potential like
Yeah.
origination point until we've got like it's just fat and sugar, mate.
It's like in the UK.
Just make it taste nice.
It
doesn't matter what's in it.
It's like in the UK where like Easter comes around and like, oh, you can have an Easter egg, and then there's always
Yeah.
like, doesn't Marks and Spencer's always have a run on that pink pig egg?
Percy
they do?
pig, yeah.
Yeah,
Pigs don't lay eggs.
yeah, and it's like
They've got that on bloody everything. We went in the M&S furniture shop
Yeah.
the other weekend, and they've got Percy pig cushions, throws.
They're really leaning into Percy
They're
Pig.
really going for it now. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's
But they've
everywhere.
got Colin the Caterpillar as well, haven't they? They've got two.
They've got one
competing
of the
mascots.
caterpillars, yeah.
yeah,
yeah. But that's a good example.
Every supermarket has a
Caterpillar
variation
now.
on the caterpillar now.
yeah.
I remember as a kid.
Grievous,
The Caterpillar Wars. It's the great Caterpillar Wars of the 21st century.
Cognar the Caterpillar.
I remember as a kid, some friends of the family bought. They just gave Robin and I, because we were young, they gave us like a bag
Stupid.
of Thomas the Tank Engine sweets.
right.
And I remember it vividly. You had to tear the bag open, and every sweet was about like, you know, thumb
Oh, no.
to first finger, like a
Disc.
disc, like a coin.
Was this in lieu of Easter eggs?
No, just one time they just gave us some
Okay.
sweets, and they were like a gummy, like a kind of soft, stretchy kind of disc in like a primary color, like a bright primary color.
Okay.
With like a slight imprint of a train, because it was like
Oh.
Thomas the Tank
Oh, I
Engine
thought you were going to
flavoured.
say that they were his face, because his face is a disc.
Kind
isn't
of,
it?
yeah, but there was like a kind of slightly 3D element to them.
I feel like kids might be freaked out by that.
If you're just eating Thomas
Just
disc,
the face.
Yeah.
But my point is that, like,
I love that, but
I'd
yeah.
love that.
my
yeah.
point is like, as a kid, you know, someone gives you sugar, you're just like, oh great, I'll eat it.
I'll just eat the shit out of
But
it,
there
yeah.
was something about these sweets when my brother and I, and we must have been like 5 and 8 or something like that, and like we had like a couple, and then we were like, no, we're good. Like, yeah, we were just like, no, I don't really.
Wow, they fucked up.
And
sweets
that
for
bag
kids.
was just around for a while, and
Years.
occasionally you go back to them and just kind of like,
Nope, still don't like him.
Something wrong with
no,
them.
there's something. I think as a kid I realised
Yeah.
there was something
Maybe it didn't
inhuman
wrong.
about them. Like they
Maybe
were so,
it didn't have sugar in it.
Maybe that was
Or
the
enough
problem.
sugar.
or maybe so. But you know, it's
Maybe
like,
it was too natural.
but it's like, you show that to your poor great granddad.
Yeah.
You got him out the care home for a
Grandpappy.
day. He's not going to recognise that.
What the hell?
No. What's that made of?
He fought in the
Yeah.
Crimean War. He's not going to recognise that. What the fuck's
Is that
that?
sheep bladder? No, it's not. No.
Is that tallow? No, granddad.
No. Back to the care home.
I used to enjoy tallow.
And let me show you this TikTok. What?
Oh, it's so depressing. You've really upset me.
I'm
by
so
bringing that
sorry.
to the
Yeah, well,
table.
I was upset when I saw it, so I thought I'd share my misery with you.
Well, I don't think I'm going to top that, but I have a hate.
Go on.
I hate arguing with a machine.
Brilliant.
So,
Which machine?
This is
specifically?
definitely granddad material now.
well, recurring villain of the show,
yeah.
Amazon, is
Ah,
back in the
right,
picture.
Amazon's back.
I lose.
We're really burning our bridges for sponsors tonight.
Yeah.
Well,
Square Enix are out, Amazon's out.
they get enough money out of me as a trader.
Oh yeah.
But so over the past few months, it's been very very fun and stressful and living nightmare.
Both of those things. Yes.
I've been fulfilling.
It hasn't been fulfilling though, has it?
No, it's not the opposite,
Been anything but.
That's a joke.
That's a play on words.
First joke of the
It's a good-
episode.
Yeah, write that down, John.
First joke of the series.
Fulfilling.
Just write fulfilling down.
Okay,
just write
right,
that.
yeah.
Just write that down.
Air quotes.
Sure. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think that's for the best.
Fulfilling.
He's actually written it. It's incredible. Question mark.
Quotation underline.
Yeah. Great.
Epsilon.
Question mark.
Batman symbol.
But so I've been wrestling with
yeah.
the Amazon warehousing
chatbot.
and fulfillment system.
Whoa.
So I've moaned about this before, but the idea is that you can
Let's bring everyone down again.
you can move stock into an Amazon warehouse.
Ostensibly.
You can sell on their platform. You can fulfill, orders.
Sure.
They're a big.
Yeah,
they're a
yeah.
big company.
Yeah,
You
I've
think
heard
they-
of them.
And this is like the one thing they do.
It's really
So probably
the only thing they do is move
I'm going to go out on
shit.
a limb, John, and I'm going to say I reckon they're really good at it.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable assumption, isn't it?
I'd say so.
I
Yeah.
reckon they're world leading.
Yeah. So I've been over the past few months. I have sent quite a large shipment to
Flex.
it's a weird flex. Well, I don't feel proud, so I sent it to the UK Amazon,
If you can imagine,
That's where we are.
Amazon
we live in
UK,
the
if you will.
Oh, we've given too much.
And I've
away.
also sent some
They're
across
going to track us down.
the Atlantic Ocean to America.
Ooh.
So to American Amazon. And the idea is that you
I
send
think you just call it Amazon over there.
well, indeed, yeah. Amazon.
Amazon.
You set it up in their system.
Sorry, American listeners.
We've just lost everyone.
So you have to create a listing for every item you're sending them.
Oh, yes.
So they know that item exists.
Sure.
And then you have to let them know how much of that item is in one box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how much that box weighs. You go through all this kind of crap.
Yeah.
And then you say, I am sending you,
This many.
Amazon US, I'm sending you 14 boxes.
Oh.
And it's got like
How many per box?
well, it varies, doesn't it?
Oh.
Because there's
probably-
different units in there. There's some of this book and some
It's
of that
like
book.
grains of rice, isn't it?
Well,
Go into square food.
I don't really,
So it's a bit
I don't
like
really think in that outdated.
If you liquidized
way.
your book into titles,
Yeah,
that
if you
would be
liquidise
much
your book
easier.
and put it in a little square cube.
Well, frankly, given the way they've treated it, that probably would have been more efficient. Yeah.
It's ended up like
But the
that.
thing is, so you send them a shipment. It's like 14 parcels.
Sure.
So like, we do a lot of logistics nowadays,
Yeah.
and it is a fucking.
Can I ask you
nightmare.
at this point,
Yeah.
John? Are you enjoying being a comic book writer?
I
How much
could,
comic book writing have you
Yeah.
done?
practically none. Yeah, practically none.
It's all logistics.
And my point is, you send them. You say like, look, there's 14 packages, and there's a you set it all up. You talk to various professional companies.
Very professional
courier.
companies.
There's it's going to a professional warehouse.
Sure.
It's all cool. And there's a
Sounds
track.
like everything's under control, John.
Oh, it's
Sounds
going
great.
great.
Yeah.
There's a tracking number rather for every box.
Right.
So the idea is that how could you possibly lose a box?
Yeah.
You
It'd
can
be
track,
impossible. Yeah.
Like in their system,
Yeah.
you can track the location of every single box you've sent them.
That sounds foolproof.
That sounds literally foolproof.
you can actually ask yourself, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
Nothing could go wrong.
Nothing.
That would be your
Nothing
first
could
mistake.
possibly go wrong.
Oh, that's
First thing that's ever
Strange.
gone wrong.
That's-
First thing that's ever gone wrong.
so you send them. So I've sent them, say, 14 packages.
yeah.
Kind of let's just say pick a date. Kind of like third week of November.
Okay.
I sent them
random.
these
I
parcels,
feel like this exact scenario is played out.
But because their back end is so in depth, you can go in. I can look at this in real time. I can see where every parcel is,
sure.
and they sort it using their algorithm.
Yep.
So that some parcels go
Foolproof.
to Ipswich, say.
Oh yeah.
Some go to Birmingham.
Nice.
You know, they distribute them around the country.
Yep.
So that they are optimally placed to be where they need to go.
Yeah, gotcha.
Great. What could go wrong?
Brilliant.
So I'm tracking the process of this, and this is like November, and time's going on,
Yeah.
and I can see that this book's turned up, and this book's turned up, and on a box by box level, I can see that like they're all
popping into
they're all getting
warehouses.
checked in. They're all it's great, it's wonderful.
Yep.
Now let's just pick a country. Let's say the UK. There's one box,
Country at random.
and I can see that on the 23rd of November.
You haven't remembered
It
this
reached
date.
Tuesday the 23rd of November, 2022.
Let's just pick an arbitrary.
Pick a random
Let's
day.
pick an arbitrary.
Yeah, fine.
So on the 23rd of November, one of these parcels,
Oh yeah.
it's made its way to a warehouse, say,
Depot.
and there was a shipping event. You know, a shipping event is like picked up by courier.
Right.
Left house.
Yeah.
Dropped in a ditch. That sort of thing.
Kicked through a window.
Traded for drugs. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
And literally every box is like box 1 delivered, checked in. Box 3 delivered, checked in. Box 4 delivered, checked in.
Good.
Box 5 damaged irreparably.
On fire.
Yeah,
Here's a
Crossbones.
Here's a picture. Yeah.
literally destroyed.
Right.
It was 23rd of November. Literally destroyed. It says refund will be issued once returned.
Okay.
And that box
What do you
is
mean once returned?
It's
Well, who
destroyed.
knows?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
When you get the confetti back.
So is this about my cube? So literally the last update on that box is like 23rd of November. But because it was part of a bigger shipment.
This is a box of your precious comics
Yeah.
that you've created.
Yeah.
And bear in mind, these are some big ass fucking hardbacks, It's like we're talking like,
How have you destroyed it?
yeah, I know.
This is what's fascinating.
It's astonishing.
What must have happened?
But then I can't
Irreparably damaged.
But it's like, but I can see the tracking information for that box, so I know, and the system knows that box is fucked.
Yeah.
sure.
But I can't go and complain because
Right.
that box is part of a wider shipment.
Okay.
Which is like 14. So I can look at this shipment. It goes, well, we've received 13 of these boxes, and I can tell you they are going great.
Yeah.
We're still working out the 14th one. It's like there's no
Most of this delivery's gone seamlessly.
And it says you will be able. So we're currently receiving your shipment.
Right.
So you'll be able to look into this as of the 6th of January. And I can see
6th of January?
Yes, but I can see
You can see that one's on
there
fire.
was an event on the
Yeah.
23rd of November saying we fucked your box.
Yeah.
Like we
Sure.
ruined.
So you
this
know
box.
what's going to happen on
Yeah,
the 6th of January.
we destroyed this box.
We
I-
immolated this box.
And I'm like, okay, well, how can I complain? It's like, well, sir, you can't complain
No.
because we haven't finished receiving. You,
Yeah, because it's destroyed.
But I know.
But you're never going to receive this.
So we understand what you're saying, but we
Sure.
can't possibly do anything. I'm like, okay, I'll wait. 6th of Jan rolls around. I go, well, I can't wait to complain.
Get out of bed.
Wake up nice and early.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yes.
Complaining day.
Don't worry, sir. We will have fully received your shipment by the 6th of January.
Sure.
Well, I can't wait to see what you have to say. And then I go, and it says, don't worry, sir. You'll be able to complain as of the 8th of January when we finish shipping. We finish fulfilling. What?
Yeah.
And well, I mean, nothing has changed. 23rd of November, it's still there. The last thing.
So it just says like skull and crossbones.
Yeah, just dead. Yeah, like it
says,
died.
This is destroyed.
We took it out behind the woodshed.
This is, I can assure you, long gone.
There is nothing left.
Yeah, and then so I'm like, okay, and you've just moved the goalpost, but I'll wait. And
I'll
then
wait
it
for it, yeah.
moves again. It's like, okay, now
Ooh,
you can
good
complain
morning.
as of like the 10th of January.
Taking
Like,
the piss.
okay,
silly.
I'll wait. And then
have a choice.
when that moment comes, I don't get any notification.
Right.
No, nothing. Kind of no
No.
bell. Nothing goes off. But I can go in, and it goes like, okay, good news, good news,
sir.
all good.
Hey,
We
John.
99% complete.
99% of your order.
How could that be?
13 of your 14 boxes have all been checked in. It's
Right.
great.
It's going really
It's
well.
all fine.
It sounds to me like
it's
everything's
going great.
It's all
stupendously.
It's all fine, and there's no issues to complain about.
Right.
And I'm like, hang on a minute.
Shipment's still
Where's?
outstanding.
Well, no, it says the shipment's complete.
Oh, it says
It
it's
goes, it's all
complete.
done. I'm like, but But that's
hang
really
on.
odd because I remember reading that one of the boxes got fucked, like
By you.
fed into a wood chipper.
I read that multiple times.
And so then I'm like,
So
well,
now they're saying that didn't
no,
happen.
but it's the thing. Like this thing is saying, like, you'll be able to complain as of if there's any issues. Who's saying we don't know if there'll be an issue?
No, because all 13 have arrived.
Yeah, sure.
What was that? You said
And we
there's
have-
14.
Or 13 out of 40.
Right. So, but then that notice just goes away, and it says like everything's fine.
Everything's
Don't
under
have to worry
control.
about it. But there's a tab called issues.
Yeah.
I think
Ooh,
I have an
Oliver.
issue. I'm going to click on that, and
Click
it
on
goes. They go, well, funny. Fancy seeing you
About
here.
that order.
Fancy seeing you here, Mr. Log. There is a bit of an issue actually.
Oh, yeah. Now you mention it.
It's really weird. Didn't want to bring it up. You said you sent us 49 copies of this book.
Sure.
And it's really weird. We've only found 42.
That's funny.
That's
Yeah.
really weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would almost suggest, I don't know, let's just say there's 7 in a box.
Yeah.
Oh, no need to say it. No, we know there's 7 in the
Yeah,
box.
okay, let's
yeah.
categorically say objectively.
Yeah, 7
there's
in a box. Yeah.
Yeah.
That number lines up with a single box
Sure.
missing
Yeah.
overall
Yeah.
from the system.
That's
I'd-
funny,
I'd
isn't
it?
say, yeah.
And it's just an odd discrepancy.
Yeah.
It's funny, like
But it's over.
yeah.
We don't need to worry.
don't need to look into
no,
that.
it's
We need
cool.
to look into
Yeah.
that.
Would you like us to look into it? You don't have to, but would you like us to?
I
Look
mean, we
into
know
it?
the answer.
We'll do
Yeah.
you a favour.
And I'm like, you know what? Yes, I would actually.
Yeah. Now,
I've just got this little.
I've got a thought.
I've got an inkling that it fell off the truck and caught on
strange,
fire.
like, niggling suspicion that I
that one of
feel-
your operatives drop
Yeah.
kicked it into a hedge.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, so you want to
want to look into it.
want us
Are
to,
you sure?
you want to open an investigation?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
You're going to open a
Yes,
ticket.
I feel I've got quite a strong case actually. But,
We will commence our 12-month investigation.
I feel like
post-haste.
I might be able to use your own system
literally,
against you.
these two tabs are next to each other. It's like tracking information and issues. And tracking information says, oh yeah, we fucked your box. And issues are like, it's really funny.
So it still says irreparably
oh
damaged.
yeah,
You're right.
yeah, and that is an irrefutable fact.
Like, doopy doopy doo, open ticket, scroll over here, doopy doopy doo, click, oh yeah, there it says irreparably fuck, screenshot,
Yeah.
doopy doopy doo, drag and
Yes.
drop to the other tab, just send
Oh,
that
you'd like to
as some
step into
evidence.
that, would you?
Yeah. Oh, you want to open an investigation?
Why?
Oh, that's
Why
a
on
big thing.
earth would you want to do that?
Oh, John, that's big.
I mean, that's a very formal step, sir. But if
Yeah.
you want to, then
wanna go-
you have
I
to
mean,
fill in a few steps.
no one
So
has-
is this,
no one
is
ever
this
does
an
this.
automated service?
Yeah,
Or is
you
it-
have to.
You're not talking to a person.
No, this is all like
Right,
you know.
fine.
Heaven
So I go.
forbid.
You know what?
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to investigate.
Yes.
I would like to.
Let's
you
do
know,
it.
Kind
Fair
of raise a ticket about this. So I would like an
Were
investigation.
you sure?
And they go, okay, sir. So now discrepancies in a shipment, you know, they hurt both of us really. You know, you're wasting our
Sure.
time. You're kind of,
Sure.
you know,
I
it's
feel
not,
for
Amazon's time is very valuable.
it's not good for your business. You know, it's not good for our business. You know.
I'm on their side at the
Yeah.
moment. Yeah.
So how can you prove that you sent us 49 books?
Sure.
So what we'd like you to do, sir, is we'd like you to upload some documentation
Oh.
proving.
Yeah.
You actually said
And could you let us know, were there, we know it happens sometimes, were there any known, are you aware of any issues with your shipment? Like, you know,
Sure.
did you, I don't know, maybe make a little boo-boo
Did
when
you
you were
set it on
packaging?
fire yourself?
Yeah,
Did you fuck it, John?
Yeah.
Did
Did you
you
maybe
fuck it?
Did you maybe like did you write the wrong number?
Like
you
a
know?
silly goofy goo?
Yeah, were you a real silly willy boy? Did you
Yeah.
fuck it up?
Yeah.
And we're like, you know, and then you know,
Very
if
patronising.
you just you know, if you can just prove how much you sent us, and
Yeah.
then you know, we'll look into it and we'll try and get to the bottom of this mystery.
But you know how it
It's
is.
an absolute mystery.
So
Who could possibly know?
So I had to go. Well, sadly I've done this a few times now. This is the worst one because they fucked a whole box, and I was like, well, I say there are no issues. I sent you 7 boxes. There are 7 in each box. You have lost a box, and I said to support this evidence, I am including the invoice for these items, so you can pay me back.
Yeah.
And also, I would like to draw your attention to their own fucking system.
Yeah.
Screenshot.
Yep.
And your tracking number,
Yeah.
your box identification number,
Yeah.
and the last shipping event as of the 23rd of November, where you said you
And I quote,
fucked my box. and then they're like, okay,
Do we actually know how it was fucked?
No idea.
That's a shame.
I will never know now.
No.
So I raise this ticket and I go, and I would like to draw the attention to the fact that you fucked my box.
Yeah.
And here's your own damning evidence. It's literally 2 tabs to the left. I can see how you fucked it irreparably.
Irreparably.
And they go, Thank you for raising a ticket, sir. We'll look into it.
We'll look into this.
It'll take a while.
And in touch in 6 to 8 years.
Yeah. And of course,
Maybe more.
And I mean, the end result is that after going through all this rigmarole, they got back to me this morning and they're like, "Thank you for raising this ticket, sir. We've finished our investigation,
Deep investigation.
and having spoken to a couple of the facilities, I can say that we just we have not been able to locate your box." I'm like, "Well,
My God.
you didn't lose it, son.
Yeah.
You fucked
it.
You're like, no wonder you can find it. You fucking
Yeah.
chucked it.
Or even if like there was mild damage, and then you were worried about the quality, where did it go?
Where did it go?
Not only did you fuck it, you lost it. You buried the evidence.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's literally what they put it in the pulper.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Anyway, the point is like they have compensated me.
Have they?
For the damage? I would rather the loss. I'd rather they not have lost it. But
So what have they given you the full value of the box?
actually more.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like
It's
I
really
know.
weird.
I'd rather they had just not destroyed the items.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they-
yeah.
That would have been a bonus.
which is kind of great.
Yeah.
But like, also, this is like a leading, if not the largest fulfillment
Yeah.
company on the
I
planet.
wonder what the biggest like fuck up of that kind is they've had.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
That
What
would
if
be
I was
good.
selling like refrigerators?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you just lost 7.
One
lost-
whole
You
fridge.
lost, one
Yeah.
out of 14 refrigerators every delivery.
Well, the thing is, like the first time because some went to America as well, and we got a similar issue with the American shipment. Believe you me, they have fucked another box, and also another box is apparently not fucked, but just hasn't checked in for like since November.
Right. It
But
could be
like,
anywhere.
but it's not fucked,
Could be in the ocean.
and they have moved the date
be.
4 times on that. From the 2nd of January to the 6th to the 8th to the 12th. Oh no, and now as of today, again to like the 13th.
Sure. They don't know where that box is, John.
No.
I know, and they're like, but don't
You
worry,
know
sir.
it. I know it.
And I tried raising a ticket. They're like, I'm sorry, sir, but you can't raise a ticket until we've finished receiving this box. I'm like, I don't think you're going to.
I think you might be waiting a while for
Yeah.
that shipment.
Yeah.
So thankfully, well, it's not great because I don't want them to do it, and I'm having to now find alternate ways because this one box, which was the only box containing this one item, seems to have just disappeared.
Yeah.
So I'm having to find alternate ways of doing this now.
Sure.
You just lost all that item.
But it's like, a while ago I sent them like a test box with 7 items in, and they're like, "Sir, we only found 5." I'm like, "How can you prove you sent 7?" Because the box would have been quite empty if I had.
It's like they have
How
the
can
box.
you? But how can they prove they only got 5?
Yeah, you should turn it back on them.
Yeah.
They prove you only got
How
5.
can you prove you only got 5?
I sent you 7, so prove you only got 5.
And then you just send them a picture of 7, and they can send you a picture of 5, and we'll have reached an impasse. You might as well give me my money.
I don't know. And then
Scumbags.
But anyway, the first
Absolute
couple of times they were like, "Yeah, we lost a couple of your books. I guess we'll pay you £4." I'm like, "Oh."
They're worth more than that.
Oh, no, you won't. Where'd that
No.
£4 come from?
I know.
Anyway?
Yeah.
And then
Just make up a number,
And then,
I guess.
and then I complained, so I was blue in the teeth. So like, why not?
Blue in the teeth.
Why not? Yeah. So I got like, I don't know, liver failure for like two weeks, and they're like, and then you just go round and round in circles, round and round in circles, saying like, no, son, it is not worth £2. It is worth considerably more. Have you seen the fucking size? No, you haven't because you lost it.
Because you lost
Yeah,
it.
The
yeah.
size of these
yeah.
fucking books.
It's down with the Titanic
And
now.
then finally, after 2 weeks of just complaining, someone gets back to you and goes, "Oh, hello, sir. I understand you wish to correct the reimbursement value." Correct what? Where did you get this
From
original
what?
value from?
Yeah.
Maddening. So like, the bits they do right, they've done right.
Yeah.
But when they fuck up,
They really.
they
really
really
go
fuck
to
up to
town.
the point where like I'm starting to go like, I don't
done
want
with
to
this.
do this again. It's abysmal.
Yeah.
Abysmal.
I can understand.
Oh, I feel it. I feel it.
Ugh.
I wouldn't do it, John. To be honest,
No.
Yeah.
I'd have given up by now.
But again,
No,
so-
actually, I wouldn't have. I'd have probably done what you did, which is hang on tooth and nail.
Yeah, I think
But-
And demand.
you'd hunker down, and
Yeah. But it's a pain in the ass.
I mean this is a compliment. In some of my darker
Oh, you haven't
moments,
said it yet.
when I'm getting particularly like frustrated, I do think to myself, what would Nick say, and what would Rayman say? And you guys are
Two very, like-
you're like the angel and devil on my shoulder. you know?
Nick would be like, just leave it.
Just
And
leave
I'm
it.
like, no, screw
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Fight
Yeah.
them.
You're often you're often the one who's going, no, fuck him. No,
Yeah.
we're gonna
Let's take him down.
Yeah,
Well,
let's ruin him.
the thing is with Amazon is they will compensate you if you fuss them enough.
Yeah.
Like most companies, actually.
Especially big companies. Yeah.
I think Amazon are nicer to buyers than they are to sellers.
It's very. I think I've said this before. It's very easy to get a free £10 voucher from Amazon. Very easy.
It's also very easy to get, like, we lost some parcels, some Amazon parcels that were delivered on our porch
Oh,
and
of
were
course,
just stolen. And so I just went on the website and was just like, I didn't get them. And it was like, okay, refund.
Yeah.
They didn't check. They didn't want any evidence. They didn't want anything.
Clearly, every employee who does customer service has authority to do something to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So a tenner or whatever. And they're just like, yeah, no worries.
It's instantly.
Jeff's not hurting, is he?
Jeff's doing all right.
I think they'll survive as well,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Amazon
If
might
Nick and
hang
I are
on.
getting a tenner every couple of days.
That's the thing. Fling you a tenner.
Well.
They've made 10 times that in the time it took to write the email.
Yeah.
Sorry,
well,
that's an
my
understatement.
details are worth more than that to them.
Yeah.
My
Yes.
email.
That's
Yes, quite.
interesting.
Yeah.
So, there you go. There it is. I feel your pain, John.
Thank you.
Powerful words.
Anyway, it's great. We should all do this. All companies should grow. It's marvellous.
Yeah. Growth.
Anyway, you got love?
Yeah. At the moment, because obviously we've renovated our house recently.
You did do that.
We did do that. That's now finished.
Well done.
Yeah, that's all finished. You've been round.
Been round.
It's delightful.
You came around New Year's Eve.
It's lovely.
And we had a nice time.
Yeah, it's magical.
So we've been sort of trying to fill it with shit.
Just want to say, we liked you before you had a nice kitchen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't.
No,
No.
that's fair.
Okay.
You like me now, though.
Yeah, I like you now.
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah,
'cause
good.
You've got a great house.
Good. Thank you.
Sorry, yeah. Sort
You
of
tolerate me.
Yeah.
You tolerate me now.
Like's a big word.
Yeah, it is. It really is. So we go to shops to sort of find shit. Shops, I know,
Oh,
right?
right.
To buy things.
Like they did in the old days, to buy things we
yeah.
like.
Don't buy them off Amazon.
There's a shop called HomeSense.
Oh, there is a shop.
And
called
when you
Amazon.
find something good, because it's one of those shops that when it's gone kind of thing.
Yeah.
They get a very limited amount of stock, and it's the same company that owns TK Maxx.
Yes.
So once they get a lot of stock in, and once it's gone, it's gone. So when you hit that sweet spot in HomeSense and you find something, you're like, I found it.
This is the thing.
This is the thing for there in our house, and I found it here in this branch of HomeSense. That feeling is incredible because you can go in one day, you can go in one weekend, nothing. There's nothing there, and it's like this was a wasted journey.
Sometimes HomeSense is the shittest shop to go around in the world.
Really
and then
is.
sometimes HomeSense is the greatest shop
really
to go
is.
around.
Sometimes you go in there and you walk out with. I've got like a bike ornament in my house.
Yes,
Like
I've seen that bike.
Yeah.
I
I
wondered
walked
where
into
that came
HomeSense.
from.
I was like, I like this.
I'm
And
going to purchase
We
it.
bought it.
This speaks to me.
Yeah.
I love a bike.
Yeah.
Well, I had a bike at the time.
Yeah.
I don't anymore.
No.
I still have that bike.
That tiny little bike.
And I just thought, and I was like, I wasn't in the market for an ornament bike.
No.
I went into HomeSense and I thought, fucking hell.
Bloody like that.
I really like that. And I
Yeah.
bought it and it's still in my house.
There you go.
There was a time when I was quite sceptical about HomeSense. I was a bit snobbish. I was like,
Sure.
oh,
Yeah.
just a load
How
of
good
tat.
could it be?
Sure. Just a load of tat, isn't it? And then you
Oh, it really
The thing
is.
is, you go in
start
and you're
looking.
like, oh, it's a load of tat. Because it is still.
yeah,
But it's great.
it's
Yeah.
kind of good.
Yeah.
like
It's
it
kind
is.
of good tat.
Like,
But
it's
it
not-
is- it is undeniably tat.
yeah, like it's not good. It's not good.
No.
but it's kind
But it's
of
good.
good.
But we've got lots
Yeah.
of stuff from there. Like we got knives, we got glasses,
Yeah.
all sorts of
Glass
shit.
knives.
We went in to look for a clock actually on Sunday, and we came out with a footstool.
Well, that's not a clock.
No, but it's a great
Did it have a
footstool.
clock mounted in the footstool?
No, nothing even
Incredible.
similar to that.
That's amazing.
But we've got a lovely footstool now.
That's great.
I've
like
got
a
all
nice-
the time in the world.
Yeah, I can put my feet up. I don't know what's going on and when, but I can have a nice sleep.
Have you heard about the legendary crab bell?
No, I don't think so.
So,
No.
So
This feels like a
HomeSense-
departure.
So no, HomeSense, like you say, things come and then they go. And
Yeah.
unless you get them in that sweet spot, you'll miss them.
That's
right?
it, yeah.
And there is, I don't know whether it's still true anymore, but for a while there was a legendary item that an entire Facebook community grew up around, which was a bell. You know those bells that are mounted on the table and you hit the top and they go ding, like you
Yeah.
would at a hotel
yeah.
reception or something.
Yeah,
It
sure.
was one of those, but the body of the bell was a crab. Right.
Right.
It was ugly as fuck, this thing, right? It was silver. It was quite big. It was probably about the size of a shoebox.
Okay.
Right, massive old metal crab.
Yeah.
Ding on the top. And the internet was going fucking crazy for these crabs.
Brilliant.
And they would just randomly just be back in HomeSense again.
just turn
and everyone
up.
would just be like, they're back!
Oh my
Go!
God.
And then people would like be buying, and there'd be alerts on the page and everything. Be like,
Brilliant.
the crabs are back. Go to
At this
HomeSense.
particular branch.
Yeah. And it'd be like people would travel to a HomeSense because it
Brilliant.
had the crabs in it, and there'd only be 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And then it'd be gone again.
They'd be gone.
And be gone for years or months at a time, and then suddenly the crabs are back.
Yeah.
And maybe the crabs are still about. I don't know, but look out next time we're
I
in
love.
HomeSense.
I
look
do
out for a
love
crab
that
bell.
about HomeSense. That I could. I went Sunday. It's quite a big. It's like the size of this table, maybe a slightly smaller. Blue navy footstool, lovely footstool. But that's left a big space for something else, and I can't help but wonder what's gone in that space.
Oh, I see.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
as soon as
freed
someone
up
buys something, I
yeah.
free up space for something else.
I feel like
Something
a
comes out
conveyor
of the
belt.
warehouse.
Yeah,
kind of
I can't
moves
help but
forward.
wonder what's gone in that space now. I could go back this Sunday and find something completely different.
It's roulette.
I'd imagine the staff don't even know. There's probably like some algorithm that goes, "Oh, they sold a footstool. Now we're going to send them like
Now
2
what?
tiger, stuffed
But
tiger.
there's a
salt
chair in our
salt
bedroom.
shakers.
We got that from Home Sense. All sorts of weird shit in our house that we just happen to have stumbled upon going into Home Sense on a particular weekend.
And also, I reckon if you're looking for weird shit, like if you want like a pyramid made of chalk,
Yeah.
that's where you'd go.
Yeah.
You know.
That is where you'd go for that.
Definitely where I'd go.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love finding something that you're not necessarily looking for in Home Sense.
Yep.
That's my love.
Delightful.
It's a great love. I like it.
There you go.
Can't really beat that.
Apparently, in America they call it TJ Maxx.
They do.
Why?
I don't know. It's more.
I think they came up with it first. So we changed it to
All right.
TK
Why do we
Maxx.
call it TK Maxx?
That's the question.
Because the delicate English ear can't handle TJ.
My sister
too
had a
soft.
dog called TJ.
Ah.
I was going to
isn't
say, until you said that TJ sounds a bit American.
Yeah.
But
I think he was Thomas Jr. I think he was one of the dogs of my childhood sort of thing.
TJ.
But he was called TJ. God love him.
Wasn't William Shatner in a cop show called TJ Hooker?
Oh.
I did not know
Maybe.
No. That was his other thing.
Yeah.
that. No one knows and everyone forgets.
There you go.
It's very pleasing. It's like just TJ Hooker.
TJ Hooker.
Hooker.
I've got love.
All right.
You know how the woke left are just ruining everything?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And they're just. I know we don't get political on this show.
Oh, I think it's about time.
It's about time
Well,
we
we're
lean into
all-
it.
we're all
down a
very-
peg.
We
I
took a
think.
swing at them.
I think it's clear that we're all quite right wing on this show.
I agree.
Yeah,
It's very,
aggressively,
that's very
yeah.
clear.
I mean, the listeners can't see our tattoos, but I think
No.
I don't think Margaret Thatcher's ever looked nicer.
Stretched around your bicep. So the latest thing they've gone for, according to the Sun newspaper, which
I
of
like
course is a
that
very-
the most right wing thing you could think of was Margaret Thatcher.
It's a little speech where it goes for ladies not for gurning.
Yeah.
I kind of,
and then you can flex and you go.
yeah, she makes a funny face.
Which is funny. Well, the latest thing they've gone for, according to the Sun newspaper, which is very trustworthy,
they've never lied
a
about
terrorist at
anything,
all.
yeah. No.
Apparently, the left woke, wokerati, shall we say, are trying to claim that in the story Frankenstein, about Frankenstein's monster, they're trying to say, right, they're trying to lean on this narrative that Frankenstein's monster was the victim of that story, and that we should.
Yes.
and that they're trying to like change the narrative and like be all like left woke about it. They're trying to
I thought that was the story.
Yes, it is.
And that's coming from Chris Ray.
I know.
I always assumed that was the story.
The whole story of Frankenstein is about how you end up sympathizing with the monster because you realize that
Isn't there a line in it that says, "I guess I was the monster after all," or something along those lines?
I think it's pretty much as on the nose as that.
I'm pretty sure he says it, doesn't he?
This was a headline in a national newspaper where they're like, those lefties trying to insinuate. Didn't read the book.
Yeah.
Don't let that get in the way. Like, so yeah, I support them.
Man
I
alive.
totally agree.
Yeah, but it's not like is Frankenstein like a major part of the curriculum?
I think they wake up every morning and think about Frankenstein. It's very important to them.
I find it fun, right, that the national newspaper sometimes scrabble around for stories, and that
was what made
the best they can find.
Slow news day.
And then it's just like, yeah, print it.
I guess we should be thankful, because if the worst shit they can bring up is that apparently...
Yeah.
Imagine
that being the best you've got on a group of people.
I guess that means
that's got to be a pretty embarrassing own goal, though. When they realise, and they did at some point realise...
I'm bloody certain in that book it says that line
I think you're
more
right.
or less.
I think you're right. But even if it doesn't, and I think it does, but even if it doesn't, the entire theme of that book is about how he is the victim of the story. He's presented as a monster, but then he's lynched at the end by a mob, and we sympathise with him as a character. That is fundamentally what the story is about.
Yes.
There's no... That's what she wrote.
Yeah.
Objectively.
Yeah.
I can be objective for once, actually. And it's true. So for them to get this that wrong is absolutely hilarious.
The thing about... We're going to get political now, slightly.
Here we go.
The thing about that is they know that that's the story.
Well, this
the
is...
paper know that. They just think some people are so stupid that they will believe...
Manufactured
They
outrage.
will believe that the woke... left are rewriting
the
history.
idea is that they're writing,
but they know
that's for the benefit of Bazzy Pete, recurring character.
They think there are enough
No,
people
rich
who
law.
are thick as pig shit, and to be fair, people have proved they are.
Plenty
That
are.
people will believe that.
That's true. I think you're absolutely right.
Oi, Pete, can you believe this?
Can you believe they've rewritten fucking Frankenstein?
They're trying to claim he's the fucking victim. What a load of snowflakes.
That's fucking latte drinking
You've gone a bit northern.
wokerati. Yeah.
And now you're just doing your normal voice.
All right, let me try that again. Yeah. Oi, no.
Which one are we going for?
Well,
You were doing London originally.
What's Bazzy Pete?
what's all this then?
That's all right.
What's all this then?
We're back in the room.
What's all this about Monster? He's a victim. Look at him. He's got bolts in his neck.
Bolts in his neck.
I've seen him in cartoons, didn't I?
He's clearly the bad guy.
Yeah, I saw him punch a
My
person.
voice gone now.
Punching peasants. Pitchforks.
What's the worst thing that the monster does in that book? Does he kill anyone?
I think he might
swing.
accidentally.
I think that's kind of the point, is that he's sort of framed for being a monster because of circumstances.
He feels bad about it then.
Yeah.
He does feel bad about it, yeah.
Sits on a piece of ice and floats off into the sea. Does that?
Does he really?
He does. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
What's his name?
I didn't know that. His name's Frankenstein's monster.
No, he doesn't actually have a name.
Does he really?
He doesn't have a name.
Gumbo.
No. If you were doing like,
I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, I have stolen from God, lightning, Promethean. I'm creating life like God. What would you call it?
Jesus.
Try again. Close.
Adam.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Jesus.
No, he's right.
Yeah, I prefer Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus would have been more on the nose, wouldn't it?
He's actually called Monster Jesus.
Monster Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's called Adam.
Apparently
didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Haven't read it.
No, I've never read it.
It's a bit too liberal for me.
That liberal narrative. Take us home, John.
I got love. Starting my day with a nice hot cup of Wikipedia.
Oh, heck.
You haven't done this one before, have you?
No?
This could be anything at this point.
That's true. That's true.
Have I? I hope I
have a
haven't.
really horrible
I'll
day
tell
job.
you, I don't think so. But I don't really remember.
I'm not the archivist, so
If
fuck it.
I've done it,
I'll
I
say
would
it.
mean I've done it recently.
Yeah, true.
Have I done this recently?
I shouldn't have put question in your
Okay,
mind.
no.
Just say
I'm
it's
sorry.
it's too-
now
it's
I
too
doubt.
late.
Now I feel I have. I have a different love.
Oh, all
We're
right.
going to switch gears.
I love.
I want to know what the original one was.
Well, it was going to be that
Going down a Wikipedia
I
hole.
don't. No. It was going to be that like I don't check the news anymore on my phone. Certainly when I wake up, I don't go on social media anymore because I don't have it on my phone. So when I start the day,
Oh,
I
it's
have
your
my-
refuge.
I have my cup of coffee and I go, I'm going to educate and enlighten myself.
You've not done that.
I don't think you've done that.
Okay,
no.
great.
I take
I
it
feel
all
all
back.
right.
I
No,
take it all
my
back.
point is I used to roll out of bed, I check my email. Then I feel bad.
Feel shit for the rest of the
Yeah,
day.
'cause I'm worried about stuff.
Hundo.
I used to roll out of bed, check social media.
That's
And I
worse.
go, well, now I feel even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to roll out of bed, I don't know, check the news. Well, that's awful, you know.
Oh, news.
So now,
Not the news.
I don't.
They're
check-
talking about
It's
Frankenstein.
full of Frankenstein and Adam and
those liberal monsters.
Yeah.
I mean literal monsters.
Literal,
bolts in
with
neck,
bolts in
yeah.
their necks. Yeah.
So now, last few weeks, I've not been looking at my personal email on my phone.
oh,
I've not been checking the news on my phone.
It's just full of penis.
And I've not had
pills,
social. I've not had social
No.
media on my phone for years now.
Good for
So
you.
instead, I'm like, how am I going to How am I going to start the day? I go to the Wikipedia homepage.
Oh.
Nobody goes there.
No one goes to the Wikipedia homepage.
I wonder in Google Analytics how like high up their homepage appears
if you just
on
search.
the top 10.
If
So
you-
analytics,
Of
you
what?
can-
Of all pages?
yeah, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? I wonder what the most visited Wikipedia page is consistently.
Ah.
So I bet it's not the homepage.
Probably not.
No, it's probably not the homepage.
Be
No, that's a really
interesting,
good question,
be
actually,
interesting,
yeah.
wouldn't it?
But and every day they have a random selection
Mm.
of articles. You want to read about some bridge that fell down in 1842?
You know I do.
I actually would.
You've come
Yeah.
to the right place.
Yeah,
you know.
good.
And they always phrase it with like weird questions. So it's like, oh gosh, I'm ready to start a new day. The coffee smells good.
Yeah.
What's happening? And what's Wikipedia got to say to myself? And he goes, and it'll be like, did you know that
On this day.
Phineas, Smallsworth,
Yeah.
while establishing a town in Idaho, it discovered 3 types of canary, and I'd be
Yeah.
like, no, I didn't know
didn't
that.
know
that.
Take me on your magical world
Yeah.
of knowledge,
Yeah.
And
that does sound fun.
and they're not all winners,
Sure.
No.
But I'll like go, just read like 3 or 4 articles of a morning.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you're very lucky, you fall into a Wikipedia hole.
Yeah.
You can find something
Oof.
else. But yeah,
Lovely.
it's delightful.
That
It's
does
such
sound
a
good.
it's
That
such
does
a
sound good, actually. I kinda
stupid
wanna
way
do
to start the day. It's wonderful.
I've inadvertently fallen back into the Twitter hole because of football. Because of football. 'Cause obviously we're signing, and this was the conversation we were having before we came on air.
that. Secret conversation.
We're signing some players, and therefore I'm checking Twitter a lot more than I should be at the moment.
Johnny Spanners.
But I'm not looking at news really, particularly.
No.
I'm using it for football, which I think is good.
Oh, I check the headlines, occasionally, but
I don't go on news websites really.
No, I don't.
Very rarely.
I try to. I don't want to be completely disconnected. I just don't want to be living in it.
Mired in it.
You just get kind of addicted to it, don't you?
Yeah.
So,
It's all doom scrolling.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't.
That sounds like a much more engaging way to start the day, John.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me saying.
Thank you.
Very pure and wholesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I could.
Maybe I'll try that.
The things I don't know about 12th century fabric production
Not
in
worth
Japan.
knowing.
It's not worth knowing. No.
Indeed.
Certainly not worth mentioning on this show. But no, that's how I start my day.
Great.
Wonderful. Well, that's excellent.
Well, here we are. Anyway.
That's quite a wholesome end to the episode.
Yeah, what a wholesome end. I'm still angry about those fucking squares,
I'm
though.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So what do we think? What was it? Love or hate? I think I know my answer, because I'm genuinely quite existentially challenged by that
I'm really teed off about this.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
I'm really teed off about these squares.